Hello, everybody. Welcome to our broadcast today. Thank you very much for joining in. Thank you for your support. I hope you had a very beautiful weekend. Yes, I did have a very beautiful weekend here. I tried to catch some rest. It's not very easy, but you keep doing what you must do. So, thank you very much. This weekend, there was an interview on Mayagun's diary between Mayagun General and Omoyele Showore, and that interview, it brought about a lot of controversy, and a lot of people were expressing their opinions about what they felt, and there were several reactions. And I felt that it is important in this struggle, and as we continue to educate ourselves and understand where we are, in the timeline for this struggle, I felt it was important that I address some of the issues that were raised in that interview. And so also today, I'm going to give room for people to call in. So do me a favor, share this video, and let a lot of people that you think are interested in this topic, let them be able to call in. Today I will just take my time. There were so many things that were said in that interview. I didn't go into detail in analyzing all of them, or I will not be going into detail in analyzing all of them, because the best you can do for yourself is to go and listen to that full interview much later, and we'll try to host it on our channel too. But what I'm going to try to do is that some of the issues that some of you have written about, some of you have called me. I had a serious argument with one of my friends over the weekend about it, and there's nothing like when you have respect for someone and they have respect for you. I mean, I'm glad. I was happy with the action he took, and he said he took that action out of respect for me. So, you know yourself, actually, his name is Raphael. I appreciate your show of respect, and that shows that you value our friendship and my relationship with you. To all of you who are on the chat room, I say hello to you. I see you there, Akin. I see Chidi. I see Arthur. I see Stanley. I see all of you. Thank you very much. Now, let's get into today's broadcast. And please, the number to call is +1. I'm going to write it, or Dr. Erica will help me write it. I'm not sure if she's monitoring right now, but she would help us put that number. Let me try to do that myself too, but she'll follow up later. So that's the number to call much later when the lines are open. And so, Omoyele Showore is somebody I respect very, very much. If you don't know that by now, then you don't know me very well. But if you've known me for long, if you've been following me, you would know that Omoyele Showore is somebody that I respect a lot. Omoyele Showore is also the convener of the Revolution Now movement, and I am one of the founding members of the Revolution Now movement. These are foundational facts you need to know. Now, Nnamdi Kanu is somebody that I respect so much, and Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, and I myself identify as a Biafran, and I believe in the agitation for an independent state of Biafra. That is who I am. A lot of you don't believe that it is possible for someone to be a member of Revolution Now movement and still believe in the agitation for Biafra. Well, you're entitled to your own opinion. Today, like I said, I'm going to be analyzing that interview with Omoyele Sowore and Mayegun Diary. Now, let me tell you something. If you don't know who Omoyele Sowore is, Omoyele Sowore has been in the revolution fight. He has been an activist for so many years. In fact, he's been in this thing for over 30 years. He has fought this battle on so many fields, so many fronts, right from when he was a student to when it was the fuel hike, to when it was military rule, to when it was so many things, fuel, so many things. He has been there fighting. So you have to be careful when you brand somebody like him. You need to look at his antecedents. You need to look at where he is coming from. It's not because you have an accident with someone and they hit your car, you now come and say, oh, this guy, that's what he does. He goes around hitting people's cars. Do you understand what I'm saying? No, 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 no. You don't define people by one encounter that you have with them. Just one encounter you have with them. You say that is who they are. No, 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 no. You have to take time. The problem we have is some of us don't take time to go and study people. And so, by the time you sit down and you are now analyzing someone who is a freedom fighter, and you are telling the person what they should say at particular times, you are telling the person how you expect them to react, that becomes very ridiculous. Because when the people get beaten up, you are not there. You're not the one that told them what to do. When these freedom fighters leave their families, abandon everything that they have to come and fight for your freedom, to come and fight for all our freedom, you did not advise them. How many people have you sat down? Okay, forget Sowore, forget people like Nnamdi Kanu. Right now, how many people have you sat down and you advise them to go up and begin to fight? Just tell me who. Now ask yourself, these people that keep doing what they're doing, and that's why we talk about them, that's why they're in the news. You yourself, what have you done that is close to what these people have done? You need to have answered all these questions before, because it's so easy now. I see people just get on Twitter, get on Facebook, get on Instagram, and they just insult people. I don't think it is right to, but you have a right to your opinion. And once I can say that, that doesn't even allow me to criticize you any further. All I'm trying to do is that so that we can exchange, some ideas. Now, the main thing we're talking about now, today, what I want to talk about today is revolution. Revolution being the only way to separation and freedom. And a lot of you already did not want to join the conversation just by the title. You must be careful not to get to a point in your life where you begin to live a life of denial. A life of denial is when you don't want to hear anything anybody's saying. You don't want to hear anything anybody. You don't like someone, so because you don't want to hear them at all. There are times when it is necessary. But don't shut the whole world away from you. Because when you listen, sometimes you may pick one thing that will be useful to you, even your enemies sometimes. By listening to what they say, sometimes you might learn one thing or two about what they are planning for you. Do you understand? So, when you hear Omoyele Sowore talking about revolution being the only way to lead to separation and freedom, and a lot of you are attacking him, and I see that a lot of people think that Omoyele Sowore's stand is anti-Biafra. Now, Don't expect him to become the mouthpiece for Biafra. That's not his job. Before there was the agitation for Biafra, Omoyele Sowore was already a freedom fighter. He was already fighting for justice. Now it is you and me. It is our duty to sell our project. We cannot be bothering about somebody else. If we want Biafra, we should be busy fighting, strategizing for how to get Biafra. But today I want to explain to you what Omoy. I'm not telling you what I think, because he's somebody that I have access to, and we talk. We even talked yesterday after the interview with Maegun Diary. This is not time to call yet. I'm going to open the phone lines for people to call. Today I really want you to call in. So Omoyele Sowore is about his business. He has see, you did not choose his route in life. You did not choose it for him. You did not. He woke up by himself. He decided to leave his wife, his daughter, his son, his business, his everything, his beautiful house, beautiful light, beautiful water, beautiful telecommunication, beautiful streets, beautiful everything, beautiful neighborhood, beautiful security, beautiful food, fruits, vegetables, everything you can think about. America, New York of all places. He left all that. He decided, and he said, this is the way I am going to fight this government. A decision he took by himself. Now, me and you, we say, by me and you, I mean, because I'm going to be blunt, this thing is happening between people who are agitating for separation from the Nigerian state and Omoyele Sowore. So those of us like me who believe that yes, there is a need to have an independent state of Biafra, we decided that look, the kind of treatment we are getting inside this nation of Nigeria is not good. We are tired. We are being marginalized. How do I know? Because I'm an Igbo man. I used to tell my friends, even Sowore, I'll tell him, bros, there's no way you will ever understand. And Sowore is very, very experienced. See, Sowore has been there, done that. Go and listen to that interview. See how he analyzes, and you have to know Sowore is an investigative reporter, Sahara reporter. If you hear it in Sahara Reporters, you know now. He has links. He sees more than you are seeing. People bring news to him. Me and you, after we have analyzed our situation, they say he who wears the shoe knows where it pinches. I know where it pinches. I am an Igbo man. You can't. I was born during the war. I heard stories about my uncles and my aunties that were killed in the war. I grew up seeing the kind of development that was around my area. I also went outside. The one that hit me most was as a student of the University of Nigeria, Enugu campus, and even Nsukka campus. We used to think that we were the biggest thing that ever happened. We used to be so proud, UNN, to restore the dignity of man. Great lions and lionesses. Great lions and lionesses. Greatest of the greatest lions and lionesses. And our head will swell. And after that, we'll go to classes at the prefabricated building. we'll go to architecture studio and we are almost in an uncompleted building. But we had this pride about us. Inside the university, the road were still earth. The Lagos building in University of Nigeria was the ones that were built way when the university was built in the 1940s, 50s. Abi where those old buildings, you know. And then I went on excursion. The first we went north. We went north first. By the time I went to University of Jos, tears were coming out of my eyes. I did not believe it. Then I went to University of Maiduguri. We went to so many universities in the north. Kano, Adobayero University. I said, what? What are you telling me? Just even driving up north, it opened my eyes. I said, when I came back to school, I realized that I was schooling in a dignified secondary school. Academically, we were up there. When I related with people, I knew that academically UNN was high up there. I didn't understand when they made our cutoff mark for UNN. We'll be like 300 and something, 400 and something. Other universities will be doing 100 and. I didn't understand all of those things. We thought, but it made us have the best. And then when we went west, before we even got to Unilag, we went to Uniben. I saw building. I said, what? Just driving from the school gate to inside the school, I had shivers on my body. Then we went to Ife. Hey, oh Jesus Christ. We went to that hall. Is it Moremi? Is it something hall? Forgotten that hall. I said, what? In the same Nigeria? Then we now arrived at Unilag. Engineering. I said, when I saw the pillars of engineering building in Unilag, I said, no, there's no way we can be inside the same Nigeria. And then you can imagine driving back to University of Nigeria and going back to school in a prefab. If I'm telling you this, you will not believe it. That building is still there. Those buildings are still there. Prefabricated structures. These were structures that they put up to help students go to school after the war. That's what we are still using. Anyway, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that I understand my people, and I understand that when people agitate for Biafra, it is 100% genuine agitation, and I will never agree with anybody that there is something wrong with the agitation for Biafra or even the formation of ESN. That's where I stand every day, anytime. It's not changing. But you see, I'm going to help you understand what somebody like Omoyele Sowore is saying. Because some of you don't listen, or when you listen, you don't remember. You forget that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because I listened to his broadcast, because we air his broadcast, and I want to hear what he say. He said that listen to me now, that unless there is a revolution, this is Nnamdi Kanu saying it, unless there is a revolution, this thing will not have head. Now, you may not like Omoyele Sowore's brand of revolution, but what Omoyele Sowore is trying to say is that every effort that is there is good, though, but the people that are there in government are together Whether they are Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, or Fulani, they are together in their resolve to keep holding us bound. That's what he's trying to say. What Omoyele Sowore was saying is that, look, Oduduwa, Biafra, Middle Belt, how are you going to get it? And then some of us say, referendum. He said, fine. And you too, I believe in referendum. But how will you, okay, because you have to follow every term by its definition. So, referendum. How do you do a referendum? You have to propose it in the House. It has to be adopted in the House. Then the government of the day, the government will conduct the referendum. Whether it be United Nations or any, they have to conduct it with. They cannot conduct referendum from. And if the government of Nigeria does not accept for that referendum to happen, it is not happening. There's no way. Yes, United Nations will supervise it, but you people will still conduct. Every other place they do referendum, yes, United Nations will approve it, but it is the government that will conduct it. Because it's not only people in favor of it that will participate. No, everybody will participate in referendum. And it is after the referendum, it's voting. It's like election. After that, they will count it. There are people who will say, no, we don't want to be there, we don't want to go. Then those of us that say, yes, it's good for us to go, they will count it. And if we win, then you will now start that process of being independent. But the serious problem is, how do you get the government to conduct that referendum? Because they will not conduct that referendum. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They will not conduct that referendum. That's what Sowore is saying. ESN. Remember, ESN is Eastern Security Network. ESN has come to provide protection so that these people will no longer come and attack us. So that these people will no longer engage in all the nonsense that they are doing. That is the job of ESN. Remember, ESN has not come to now go and get independence for us. ESN is making sure that at least we protect ourselves. Do you understand? What it may metamorphosize to down the road, that's a different matter altogether. But ESN is lawful because there is an attack on our security, on our independence, and so ESN is acting on self-defense. That is the one that is acceptable. ESN is not the aggressor. The aggressor is whoever is coming to attack you, whether they be Fulani headsmen taking over your farmland, raping people, killing them, whether they be Boko Haram, whether they be kidnappers, whoever they are. And now, since the government cannot help to defend you against them, then you say, the government, you are supporting these people. Do you understand how these things work? And so, since the government is looking at what is happening and they're not helping you, since the government will not give you a referendum, since the government is actually killing your people, killing students, then the best thing is that all of those people, Tinubu, whoever that are in government and binding together to oppress us, to increase the price of fuel, to not build good roads, to steal our millions. We need to go after all of these people. How? by whatever mass action that you decide to do, otherwise called a revolution. The same frustration Showore has is the same frustration Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has. Whether it is ESN that will start the revolution, it is still a revolution. You don't have to hate the word revolution or refuse to accept the word revolution just because you don't like Omoyele Showore. That will be a foolish thing to do. People do that with me too. If I suggest an idea just because it is from me, you don't want to listen to what I'm saying. Guess what? It doesn't change the reality. So that's what I came today to make you guys understand, that you don't have to expect that every single day you listen to people, they are going to say what you like. If you're that kind of person, then you're looking for therapy, you should go and buy some pep talks. You should go and buy some things online that are recorded to just encourage you. You just play it and you just hear only sweet things. Say you're so beautiful, you're so wonderful, you're this, you're that. I'm not saying they are bad, but if you are somebody who lives in reality, then you must be ready, you must be tough enough to listen to some ideas that do not conform to what you already conform to, or that challenge what you are in conformity with. What happens is, it's not that somebody will not challenge you. They will challenge you. Yes, they will. When they challenge you, it's not an opportunity for you to start cursing them. No. When they challenge you, your duty is to provide a superior argument. That's all. Provide a superior argument. You have to win the argument. You know, there are two sets of people. People that want to start arguing with them, they just curse you, blast you, insult you. They don't want to engage. That is too bad. That is too bad. If you tell me that you are taller than me, I will start arguing. My own is, I will say, let us bring the tape. No, I'm not going to bring the tape. All I know is that I'm taller than you. Let us bring the tape. Oh, see me. Okay. Thank God, you know me. I be laborer. No, my wife said, please stop saying that you're a laborer. You know me, I'm an architect. I'm a contractor. I have tape all over me. See this tape? See, I have different sizes of tape all over the place because I'm always doing one calculation or the other, doing quotes. I will say, let us bring the tape. If we bring the tape and we measure, and the tape shows that you're taller than me, that is the finish of the matter. Even if I'm crying, even if I'm shouting, even if it does not change anything, the guy is taller than you. The tape has showed us, finish the matter. And if we put the tape and I'm taller than you, Shikina, that's the way I live my life. It is not whether you like the tape or you hate the tape, or you can talk more than me. No, that's not important. It is not important what I'm wearing, the perfume I'm wearing, my mouth is smelling. The issue is tallness. If you say we are fatter, we bring scale, we stand on the scale, we weigh it. You see the kind of person I am? So when somebody brings an idea or propounds a theory and you don't believe in it, you go and do a research and you present your own counter motion, counter argument. That's been my life from my days in secondary school as a member of the Senior Debating Society in DMGS. I like debating things, marshalling my points, and if you will, I yield to you. That's really what it is. So please don't go around spreading this news. It doesn't help anybody. And let me also address the use of one Nigeria. See, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talks, Nnamdi Kanu has terms and connotations and languages that he uses to express himself. That is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He does a good job of what he does. That's him. My problem with you is that as you listen to all of these people, including Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, are you forming opinions? Are you understanding things? Or do you just listen to what the person says and you don't take time to break it down? Even now that I'm talking, it's not everything that I say that I expect you to take, because you may not understand it immediately. But I expect you to go ahead and do research. There is no way that somebody that is calling for a revolution, you should be telling him that, oh, you are just preaching one Nigeria. Let me tell you the meaning of one Nigeria. The people who preach one Nigeria are the people who the country, the way it is favoring them. The reason why people are asking you to scatter the country is because it is not favoring them. What does a revolution do? Revolution shuts down everywhere. Go and check how a revolution is done. So it is not fair, actually, when you keep saying, oh, sure, you and your one Nigeria. Look, don't use that term just arbitrarily. I'm on a live show. Are you calling into the live show? You want to call me after? Call me after, okay? Do you understand? Anybody who wants one Nigeria, when you hear one Nigeria, that means leave Nigeria the way it is. It is only the people who are benefiting from it. People who are saying revolution now, what they are saying, and let me explain it again. They are saying that the way Nigeria is right now, the people who are running the country, Biafra, from Biafra land, your senators, your governors, from Yoruba land, your senators, your governors, from the north, from every part of the political class in Nigeria, they are the ones causing the trouble. So let us go after them. And how does that conflict with what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying? Who is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu fighting? Is he not fighting the federal government of Nigeria? Who is the federal government of Nigeria? Is it not Nigeria? So when we do revolution now, why do you think they have to arrest us? Why do you think they have to lock us up? Because we are asking that the whole government be pulled down. That's why they accuse us of treason. That's why they accuse us of coup. So does it make sense that somebody who is fighting like that, you turn around and you say, oh, you're one Nigeria, you want Nigeria to be the way it is? That is most unfair. And that's what I've come to advise you. Don't just say it because people say it. Use it properly. If you really want to use it, you should use it on people like Tinubu. Yes, people like Tinubu. That's the people you should use it on. Because they don't want it. They want it exactly. All they care about is 2023. That's what they care about. 2023. You people are dying, you're killing each other. No. One of my friends even said that, and that was what caused trouble for us. He said that when election arrest body language, the way he's not been talking, shows that he has selfish ambition. That is also very unfair. Selfish ambition for how many years? Everybody has a path that they have chosen for themselves in life. You must be seriously promoting, pursuing your own path vigorously. It is like people in a race. When we begin to spend time and waste time talking about another person's own, that means you are being distracted. If you're running a race and you turn around to look, you usually either trip because the force is trusting you for. So by the time you go like this, you will fall. Focus on the mark. How do we get to that mark? That's all you have to do. If the person's action, how does the person's action affect what you're doing? How? It doesn't now. When Revolution Now goes to do a protest, they are protesting against the government. They are fighting with the army. How does that affect the agitation for Biafra? It doesn't. It doesn't. Just like during NSAS, a lot of people were confused. They didn't know whether they should join NSAS or not join NSAS. Until they heard Nnamdi Kanu come and say, look, we must support NSAS. And that time it wasn't about Biafra. It's about supporting the Nigerian youth to see that we achieve this. And Nnamdi Kanu was saying exactly the same thing that Shore was saying. He said, you people must not stop this thing. Oh. Once you started, you must not stop. He said, you people don't stop. Oh. Don't stop, we will support you. But what is the thing that happened? When IPOB came out to support the NSAS, the same Nigerian youths who had come out, the army came after them, they started killing, and everybody disappeared. Omoyele Shore said, don't stop or don't. They said, you people, that is your enemy. That Shore is the one that's your enemy. Go tell him to go. They sponsor, they said, Shore, go, you're hijacking the thing. Where is NSAS today? Where? We didn't continue. Do you see my MIB, what they call it? People have been protesting for how many days? Now everybody, the international community, America is telling the military what you did is bad. They killed how many? Was there 50 people? I don't know how many people they killed. I said, come and see what they killed in Nigeria. Nobody said anything. We are still arguing whether they killed or they didn't kill. So I hope I'm making some points with you today to make you understand that when what is called is what does it say? What is called is misdirected aggression. That's what I was looking for. We are all frustrated. We are angry. But the person to direct your anger, okay, you see, the person to direct your anger is the government of Nigeria. They are your problem. It is not any other activist. It's not any other freedom fighter. Even the ones who are recently sabotaging, that is when you should be worried. You should be worried about people who go in front of British embassy and they are saying they should go and extradite Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Those are the kind of people you should be worried about. And let me pick some of the points that Shoro was saying. Shoro was saying that the diaspora people should respect those who are home based. These are some of the points that he made there. And it's very, very correct. Some of us in the diaspora who have access to social media, the way we talk about the situation in Nigeria, we just sit down in our very beautiful condition and we analyze things that are going on in Nigeria, and we think those of us that are in Nigeria, our mates, our comrades, our brothers and sisters, that they are not intelligent, that they are dumb. He says we should start listening to them more because they are closer to the happening. Sometimes it's not that they don't want to come out, it's not that they don't know what to do, but you need to listen to them. You need to be close to them to understand what they are up against, to know the reason why it is not just easy for them to go and fight these battles that will keep pushing them to go and fight. He also says that when you see him talking about Nigeria, he's talking about Nigeria because everybody inside Nigeria is suffering. the point he's trying to make is that from every part of Nigeria, people are suffering. And the people that are causing this problem, again, they are together in a club. When they marry each other now. They are the ones that are flying all the private jets. They are the ones with the oil allocations. They know each other. They are together. They bind together to do whatever they are doing. And so, even he was talking about during the NSAS, that it wasn't only in the East. It was all over the place. So what is he trying to say? What he's trying to say is that, yes, it is good to agitate for Biafra, for Oduduwa, and we must continue. As Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will always say, we must continue. However, we should not be distracted, because now we are busy. Each person, so many groups are coming up. We are also Biafra. We are Biafra Nation. We are Biafra Freedom Fighter. We are Biafra together, all of us. We are Biafra Government of Biafra. We are so how many people? Is that not actually proving what Omoyele Sowore said to be correct? We've not even gotten the Biafra. We have not gotten Biafra. Look at what is happening. It is when you don't accept these facts, that's when you behave like an ostrich. That's when you just, shut everything. No, don't shut it out, because it's happening. Koro. We have not even gotten Biafra. Look at the nonsense that is going on. Just look at the nonsense. Look at how many people are creating their new groups. How many groups do you have now that say they are Biafra Freedom Fighter? Among the same people who are fighting the same cause. So what Sowore is saying is that if you do not deal with these people, all of these people, they are bad people everywhere. And these bad people, they are in a club. So his wahala, his focus is in destroying that club that they belong to. Because according to him, when you fight them, when you attack them and you overrun these people, then you can now decide to write a perfect constitution, that inside that constitution you'll be able to make sure that people's rights are protected. And what are those rights we are talking about? One of those rights will be the right to self-determination. So when you hear somebody talk like, where is now this your accusation that he does not believe in self-determination? You may argue that, come on boy, this your method, go work. That's his method now. So that's what I'm saying. Let him keep pursuing it. Who knows? What if it works? At the end of the day, he's saying that we must fight this fight. Whether you call it revolution, whether you call it anything, we will definitely go ahead and do it. And the sooner the better. And if everybody is able to rise up at the same time, then we'll achieve it. As he will always say, imagine if you had this mass action and you had like millions of people go out into the street. Imagine what that would be. But that is the biggest problem that everybody has, is mobilizing you to come on the street. Someone is calling. I think maybe they couldn't wait anymore. Are you calling into the program? Hello? Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Although I've not opened the line, but go ahead.
Hi, Dr. Chidi. Good morning from here. This is Oftalaxe, calling from Australia.
Go ahead.
Yeah, well, thanks for your program. I like what you do. And I've been following you for a while now. You're very educative. And I really enjoy it. And thank you so much. God bless you and keep your good work up. But what I would like to really understand, I'm just coming from work. This is like 1 a.m. in the morning driving home.
Okay.
So I hope you can hear me.
Yes, yes, everybody can hear you. You're loud and clear.
Okay, okay, thank you. So what I would like to understand is the revolution. And the Kanu is quite very clear. I mean, we know it's Biafra, we know where he faced, we know how he wants to achieve it. But the so-called revolution is what I really want to understand. How? Revolution by how? Revolution by calling everybody to stop going to schools, close down university, march to street. We know the food and oligarchy don't understand that. Or revolution by saying no work and how do we tend to achieve it? Peaceful revolution, we know the full and oligarchy does not understand that. Revolution in a society like Africa, where you have people who are running the society, they're like the Idi Amin character. They don't understand that. But I would like to understand exactly how is the revolution going to be achieved.
Okay, let me answer you.
For example, yes, please.
Thank you. When you call for civil disobedience, what do? You embark on civil disobedience. It graduates. That's what everybody is doing. It is civil disobedience. Everything that you have called for right now, isn't that what happens I should be asking you, how is a revolution done? Because I think you know. I don't know why we know, but we pretend that we don't know. A revolution is everybody gets up and say, we don't do again. Exactly what you said. This shut down the schools. When you are shutting down, when you block the road, do you use paper to block the road? Is it not concrete that you use to block the road? Do you understand what I'm saying? You block the road, you stop everything, you shut it down. So when you shut everything down, there's anarchy. The planes are not flying. It takes whatever it takes. I will not be here to come and tell you that, just go out and begin to burn down everything. Who does that? You start by resisting the government. You say, no, we don't do again. And we shut down. If you shut down everything, then they will give up and you will now take over things. That's what. So you don't start a revolution. Nobody, even when you are remember that saying that those who how do they say it? Are those who reject peaceful resolution. They settle for violent revolution. Nobody is going to tell you now that it's going to be violent or no. You start. When you start, you start. When NSAS was started, what happens? What happens when you start? Shebi, when you start rioting, first of all, you go out and you say, we no go agree, you're clapping. The next thing, police will throw tear gas at you. What do? You throw it back at them. Next thing, they begin to fight. They say, no, you can't cross this. You begin to throw something at them. You throw stone, you throw stick. That's how it happens. There is no part of the world where people just go out and say, okay, today we are just going to break. It doesn't start. We're going to break everything and we are going. Nobody does that. Because immediately you announce it, they are going to confront you. You start by saying, no, today we are going to say no. So whether every revolution starts as a protest. But people are, when you hear this, okay, don't call it protest now. Before protest is mobilization. But when we use all these terms, people say, no, don't use all those terms. So how? How else? You just mentioned Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Do you know what it takes? Nnamdi Kanu coming to give his protest every day, that is mobilizing. You agree with me? He's mobilizing people. Now, when he's mobilizing people, the next thing he's going to tell them is to take action. Let me take another call, okay? Let me take another call.
Sorry.
Alex, please call me back. Let's finish with the guy. Hello, go ahead. I had to come back to you because I heard you say sorry.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you. But Nnamdi Kanu is able to do that because he does a lot of sensitization in the form of the Christian evangelical model. They go out to talk to people, and he does a lot of lecture. Now, if you see revolution in Nigeria, people in Nigeria African culture, they don't hear a gunshot, they will run. So they have not been sensitized to understand what revolution means. So there's not a lot of teaching in that regard. So I don't believe the Africa can hold on to revolution.
But do you believe that? Do you believe that? But do you believe that Nnamdi Kanu is calling for a revolution?
Yeah, true. But he's doing a lot of lecturing so that people can understand where it's coming from.
So that's we don't. But do you have anything against? So what I'm trying to understand you now. See, there are different people doing different things. Do you know why I support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Because I think he is doing well with what he is doing. Now, that's what we are. So now, Omoyele Sowore says, "This is my own." Do you understand what I'm saying? This is my own approach. The point I want to make is that these two people, these are not our problem. It is a distraction. To be saying this person is not working, this person should be doing that. No. Now, if Nnamdi Kanu has told you, the problem is this. If people have listened to Nnamdi Kanu, the preaching that he has done for so many years, the action that he has taken, if they have listened to him, by now, all of them would have shut down a Niger bridge. Do you see people coming to shut down Niger bridge? Are they not okay? Military comes, kills how many people, goes say they are killing ESM people. After they went to Olu, did anybody do anything? Did people come out on the street? Tell me now. When they went to Oyigbo and keep people in Oyigbo, did the markets not open the next day? Are they not Biafrans? And so what are you telling me? What are you telling me? You think Nnamdi Kanu is not frustrated? That's what I'm trying to tell you. That he is talking, he's doing so much, but the people are the ones that are holding this whole thing from happening. If everybody rises and says, you see this Biafra thing, we must get it tomorrow. And so what do you think will happen if people are now ready to get Biafra? Would they not take to the streets? Would they not shut down the market? So what is that called?
Revolution, of course.
So that's the point that I'm trying to say, that let us forget all these semantics. It doesn't help us. The fight is not between the people they are doing their level best. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his mission is defined. It is my Biafran people. I want freedom for them. But the people that are supposed... Okay, let me ask you something. Why is there no indigenous state nation of Biafra now? Why haven't we gotten Biafra today, right now?
Well, because it's a struggle in process.
Okay, it's a struggle against who?
Against a very fierce opposition.
That is so. It is those opposition, they are the problem. If it was easy, we would have gotten it by now. So as long as those people are our problem, whatever we must do collectively, as long as it is hammering at that problem, you cannot be wasting time arguing or opposing that person who is opposing your enemy. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't now. It doesn't.
Yeah, that's your point. That's your point.
Somebody is your enemy. That person does not allow you to get what you want, and another person is fighting that person. But you're saying the way the person is fighting that person is not good. You don't like. No, that's not the point now. The point is, are they fighting the person? Yes. Keep pushing. Everybody keep pushing. See, if it is Sunday Igboho now, and that's what Sowore said. If it is Sunday Igboho that starts, because you have to understand from experience, nobody knows how this thing will happen. When they tell you that the revolution will not be televised, do you know what they mean? They mean that it will not be announced, it will not be it will not be on the radio. It's not that day you think it will happen that it will happen. It happens simultaneously. Do you understand? It happens you don't know. So you don't discredit anybody. It could be students that will start a riot. That riot will lead to the revolution. You don't know. It could be market women. It may not even be Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that will start it in the east. You don't know. When NSAS started, how long did it take to plan NSAS? How? 2-3 days, because they killed one man. The whole thing just blew up all over the place. Do you think anybody planned NSAS in different states? No. It just happened. NSAS was a pure revolution. No, but do you understand? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, with all this preaching he has been doing, with all his teachings, he has not been able to get people to get up and move, and it is frustrating to him. But look at NSAS. Who was it that told everybody to get up? Who? Nobody. So you see, you must continue. Like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will say, you have to continue. But I don't like when we just keep on wasting time saying this person is one Nigeria. I don't understand what he's saying. How does he want to achieve it? There is no, it's very, very simple. You just have to keep talking, hoping that one day the people will realize that the people holding this, it is us that are holding ourselves. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Thank you so much.
For the enlightenment. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah. Alex was calling, and I had to cut him off. Alex, you can call back, and please, any other person, you're free to call back. The lines are open now, and the number to call is +1 647 989 2837. You can call. Somebody also said in that interview that Shore, why did you abandon revolution now, and now you're talking about Buhari must go, and then why don't you believe that Buhari is dead? You see, you have to understand this. Don't let semantics deceive you. Everybody has their way of talking and the way they are pursuing whatever they are pursuing. The important thing is that if we win at the end of the day, that is the most important thing. Shore has said that the reason why he doesn't say that Buhari is dead is because he wants to hold him responsible. He wants all the international community, they are still saying the president of Nigeria, Buhari. So whoever that person is, and this is a WhatsApp call, I want you to know that they are going to cut you off when they call me on the main line. But go ahead, K. Hello, K.
Hello, my brother. How are you?
I'm good. Tell us where you're calling from, and they might cut you off because you're calling on WhatsApp, but make it brief.
Okay. I'm calling from London.
Go ahead.
And I just want to say that I think we have to appreciate more of people like Shore, people like Nnamdi Kanu, obviously people like you as well, who are enlightening people. But what I want to say mostly is that how many of us can go to Nigeria and do what these people are doing?
Oh.
So we don't give them enough credit. We're all in Europe and we are condemning the people who are making impacts.
Okay.
Instead of encouraging them and trying to, contribute to what they are doing. And it breaks my heart when people condemn people like Shore. I know I've been living here now for over 30 years. I know I can never live here and go and do what Shore is doing.
Okay.
So Shore is more of a man than somebody like me. So let's encourage these people, please. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for the good job you're doing.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. You see, I like what this guy said. He said, I live here. I live here I was sure I was having the interview yesterday, and while I was talking with Maegun there, Maegun was like, I'm not seeing you again. I don't put on your light. What's happening now? We are not seeing you. Shore was like, hey, you're not seeing me because they've taken the light. Let me see if somebody can put on the generator. Imagine. Go ahead, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, Alexo calling from France.
Go ahead, Alexo. Bonjour.
all this, I want to really appreciate you for what you have been doing and Omole Shore. So what I'm here to contribute is that because yesterday I was with Shore when he was interviewing with the Maya Diary.
Yeah.
So a lot of people insulting and they are working against them. So they don't know the solution to the problem of the country. So a lady called yesterday and told Shore that Shore should stop all this thing he's doing. And so I asked the lady a question: how do we break up Nigeria without a strike or without a revolution? And the lady cannot even give an answer to the question Shore asked the lady. So another what I'm trying to say that a lot of people they are just saying they don't even know how to fight against this government, the issue that is going on in Nigeria, but they just want to speak up so that they can help see this. They are saying something, but they don't have the facts about what they are talking about.
Exactly, my brother. You made a serious point. Look, see, people must understand that where ESN is right now. I keep telling people, it is a product of necessity. They never planned to be the way they are right now. But it's because initially we thought this thing was going to end after a certain period. And the proposal that was given to the government that would have ended it, the government is not even listening at all. From when the agitation for Biafra started till now, they have become worse. They've run over, they are killing you. So you continue to evolve, you continue to take it to another level. Nobody has the kind of solution that is needed. We have all agreed though. We've all agreed that the main thing now is to fight. Fight them through a revolution, fight them through any means, but fight. So I don't know why people are seeing the difference between calling for a revolution and because how are you even going to have your own without fighting the people that are holding you? They are holding you now. You have to fight them and take away your freedom from them.
Yes, it's true. It's very true, sir. Because Shore is the man that needs a lot of support from everybody around the world. Because he's doing what everybody wants. But now they don't have to go for it. Now someone is putting his life in the risk. Because I said something very striking yesterday. He said if you want to leave Nigeria, there is going to have a lot of escort for the government to escort him out of the country. But he decided to stay.
Of course.
So it's not that put his life on the line. So not going to stop criticizing the Omole Shore for what he's doing.
Let me ask you a question. You know that Omole Shore was going to court with who? Who was he going to court with?
With the federal government now.
No. There are two people. Him and one other guy used to go to court.
Yes, he's advisor.
No. That's not what I'm saying. There's another member of the Revolution Now movement who was in prison with Shore at that time. Do you remember Mandate?
Yes, I remember, yes.
Where do you think Mandate is now?
I don't know where he is now.
Mandate is in UK. He left the country. He left the country through our borders, and right now he's in UK. Do you know that all the people that they are saying, oh, yeah, they are not Nigerians, so they are from Nigeria? I think maybe you should listen on the program so I don't run down your this thing, your credit. Okay? Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. So, Mandate, who was attending court with Shore, is no longer in Nigeria. Mandate left the country right before their eyes. What that caller said is true, and Shore said it yesterday. That leaving the country is not an issue with him. There was a time that we were almost crying. We said, no, you must leave. We will bundle you out. Shore said, Chidi, Nigeria has the most porous border in the world. If anybody wants to leave this country, it's as easy as ABC. But he has chosen, even knowing that his life is at risk, knowing that there's a death threat, knowing that any overzealous person can use a sniper and kill him, he still continues to do what he does. He deserves some respect. Hello, caller on the line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Hello, caller on the line. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Ademiji.
Go ahead. Hello. Hello. Okay. I think this person is having a problem with connection.
Hello.
Yes, yes,
Hello.
yes. Go ahead. We can
Okay,
hear
sorry
you.
about that.
We can hear you.
Yeah. So I just want to say you guys are doing a very great job, and my own take about this is that just like you rightly said, we don't know how the revolution is going to start. You know, I felt a little bit depressed when I see people asking for Odua nation and all that, because I believe there is power in unity. And to me, war is not fighting against the government. If asking to break the country, that is not fighting against the government. That will be against the oppressed people fighting against themselves. While revolution is asking the government to do the right thing by one way of people protesting or whichever way. So, but as it is not spoiled yet. I believe even in this little diversity, I will not call it division, we can still enhance our strength and still mobilize ourselves. If people could not hear the language of Shore at a national level, I think there are some people that are very loyal to Mazi Kano. There are some people that are very loyal to Sunday Goho and the rest of them. And maybe some people also from the north. So I think what we need to do next, instead of giving up or losing hope on the whole stuff, I think what we need to do next is to see how the leaders of this majority of people, like Sunday Go, people who ask people to do a nation, people Biafra, let's come back, because there was a time that Shore had a meeting with Mazikano, and what he was saying is now coming out of Mazikano's mouth, revolution. So they can still revisit, of course, and then let these people sensitize their followers, because to me, what we can achieve with revolution is something we're going to achieve at the long run, or that is achievable under war. But there will be a lot of bloodletting if we have to go that route. So why should we kill ourselves for these massless people? It doesn't really make sense. And unfortunately, people, all of us, both here and Nigeria, we need to know that the government will do everything to spread wrong information. And that is what they're trying to blackmail Shore on. And unfortunately, people don't really know. Why would they hold on to Shore if they were just, because they know that this guy could, with his, where God has designed him, he could talk with that, not talk, he could shake that government and make them to do the right thing. Now, when they arrested him and then the other guy, he left that country. The government knew he left, but they were not interested in him. And they were more interested in Shore because they know what he could do. And Shore is, I don't know how God that created that guy. He made up his mind to stay with them because they wanted him to walk out. They were trying to frustrate him and say, okay, maybe when they see the slightest opportunity, we'll go out. But Shore is not going out of that country. And I wonder where people come to our lives to say something about this guy. Even the guy Christian, I think Christian, the church in Nigeria should understand something. That they should understand the move of God. It's not about if you offended me, then you tell your followers to brand him like a Satan, like Satan. If you offended you and you think what he did was wrong, take him to law court. But this guy is being sent, as far as I'm concerned, is being sent by God. I don't care what his belief is. If God will hold the hands of Cyrus to do wonders, there is no one God cannot use. And the same way God is raising this man for right now, I believe, in Gogo. But we need to let people understand the move of God. Our parents have been praying for Nigeria, God to raise to change Nigeria. God answered our prayers, and it's manifesting the prayers in these people. But our people are trying to see that prayer being answered. And we keep saying God will do it. When will God do it? He has done it, but we're not following the rescue he brought for us. How will we go out of this mess?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, sir, please. If you don't mind, to me now, I think we need to enhance our, disparities now and bring them together. It's not too late. I think that is what this guy was trying to bring it about yesterday. When he interviewed Shore, we can still find a work with this because we keep saying we want to break. It won't work that way. They don't want it to happen. They are afraid of united force of people. If we all are united, like answers, if we have that action, even the police will not be able to do anything. They won't be able to. Then lastly, one thing is I want us to look at it. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm taking too much time. 3 ways. One is let's protect our local areas. Those who are believing in Biafra, believing in Yoruba, because of the intrusion of these killers, let them protect our people so that we don't lose sight of that. That's very important. Security of our people. They should go to our bushes and take care of all that. Then number 2, let us engage people. Like so, and this guy said it. Igbo said it. I heard him. He said there will be a time they will begin to fortify the protesters. And I think that is very the situation in Nigeria is not what is happening in the whole world. Somebody was saying that revolution will not happen in Nigeria. It will happen and it will work. But we need to take it in the African way. These people who are like
we need to let other people talk, okay? There are so many people that are calling in, okay?
I'm sorry, okay, all right.
Thank you very much, yeah. You see, the last caller said a lot of things, and it is only, and somebody, let me read, somebody said, if Shore wants to be popular, somebody said, Wisdom Arena, it says that Shore attacked Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra agitation in the past. If Shore wants to gain massive support for revolution now, and let him stop attacking the agitators of Oduduwa and Biafra verbally. You see the mistake that we make. We think that this this freedom struggle is like releasing an album. I think we think it's social media. That's the problem, because we're on social media. We think Shore is looking for followers. Oh, let me check my phone. Hey, Chidi, I don't have followers, so what will I say? I need followers. Hey, what should I? Let me talk. If I do a program and I talk like this, 5,000 people like it. Hey, that's not what this thing is all about. That's the problem. You think this thing is a show. It's not show. Shore is not looking for supporters. If you know the truth and you don't want to follow, stay there. Wait till you see 5 million people before you do the right. Don't do the right thing. No, I'm telling you that if you cross the road, a car will hit you. See, it's only Chidi that is saying it. I won't. I will just cross the road. If I hear that, how many people like that statement that Chidi put there? Let me go and check. That's how we reason now. If I tell you that, look, if you are living outside Canada and you want to come back to Canada, if you don't come back by the 3rd of April, this is what the government of Canada has said, though, and I text it. You go and look at it. Film, how many likes? 5 likes. Get head. Another person write, forget that thing. Government of Canada is stupid. They will not. How many likes? 2,000 likes. That's the one I'm going to go. It's not a game we're playing. It's not about followership. Followership is good, though. But do you think Nnamdi Kanu will only do what he has to do? If, like a lot of people are even... why do you think it's all about what? The people that are fighting Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, are they not Igbo people? The people that went to protest, the people that protested in front of British Council, are they Hausa people? Are they Fulani people? Is it not Igbo men? The guy that went to protest in front of British Council, is he a Yoruba man? Is he Shore? Is he not an Igbo man? Do you understand? So it's not about followership. When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu gets angry, he yaps everybody. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu can get into a mood and call you any name he likes. That is his way of conveying his message. When he's angry, he doesn't hold back. You may not like it. He may come later tomorrow and say, okay, you have changed. And he doesn't usually come and say, oh, I apologize. That time when he is saying it, that's how he feels. And that's his own way of expressing himself. Are you Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? The same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that said, Yoruba people are the hopeless, the people who cannot trust, they betrayed all the... Is it not the same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that looks today and says, my Oduduwa brothers and sisters, have you thrown him into anywhere? Because the message was preaching that time was meant to serve his purpose. And he is the messenger. Come on, you are not him. He is responsible for... Can you say what he say, what he says, and will you do what he does? So now, because Nnamdi Kanu calls people's name, you too, you begin to call people's name. As an Igbo man, let me give you a proverb. Oke solu ngwele mamili, okochasi ngwele, oman kochasi oke. When the rat follow the lizard to enter water, when they dry from the lizard skin, they no go dry from the rat skin. Oh, listen and follow with sense. If you really say that you understand Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, there are certain things you will not say. If you go and play the messages that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did a couple of years ago, even before he met with Omoyele Sowore, go and see how he was sounding. Do you think that if you are to judge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by those messages, you should be listening to him today? You would have written him off. You would have written him off. Even recently, remember recently, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu published the people that he said that they were the ones that destroyed Nigeria. Showore's name was in that list. Dele Momodu's name was in that list. Did he change the feeling he has for them? A few days later, he was tweeting Revolution Now. So you need to move away from semantics and things that are very trivial and focus on people. Men yab each other. They yab each other. They get angry and they talk. They tell each other off. That's how real men behave. And if at another time they are in another, the person does something that deserves to be congratulated, they congratulate each other and keep going. These guys are on a mission. You think they are going to change what they are saying because of you? You think they come and read your comments? You think they come and read your comments and they want to do something? Wow, man, let me go to YouTube and see what this man said. This guy said that Revolution Now that I started is not... come on! I beg, we no go do Revolution Now. Sure, waiting. See, one guy is writing on Twitter. He says, so because of that, I'm not doing Revolution Now. That's not how it works. Or you're waiting for the number of people that like the post before you will now agree. It doesn't work that way. In fact, you need to always ask yourself, these people have done this, these people have done this, what have I done? What have I myself done? What is my own contribution to this thing? That's what you should be asking. I'm going to call this guy back because he was calling and I didn't pick his call. But I'm going to call him back. And hopefully we'll be able to pick his call. Hello, my brother. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, my name is Fidel. I'm calling from Lithuania.
Yeah. Who?
Fidel Naji from Lithuania.
From Lithuania. Oh, wow. Well done, my brother. How are you doing?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to come to your great work and then all the frontliners in this struggle, because right, just like people have been contributing, and then I know quite well because it's just so sad that people back home, who are supposed to be the ones feeling the hits. When you talk back, when you talk with them, it's like you don't even know what is going on. So it just feels so sad. But I know it's a process, and I'm just happy that of late people are beginning to, to realize the hustle we're into, and I believe is a gradual process. With people of Muslim, they can with a show them and a lot of them. It's a process that will just it will take time. But I know, just like a revolution is never announced. So, but like the last time we had the end SARS movement, definitely one day it will surely come, and then this time I'm sure it's going to go a long way.
Sure.
And people in like we have this anchor now. If the various follow like a better put together, and then we achieve this whole goal once and for all. So let me not take much time, but I appreciate the work you're doing, and then I say you guys should just keep it up, and I'm sure with time I will get our freedom.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you. So, well, we're all saying the same thing. The reason I had to come out today, and let me also say this. Somebody was asking Shore, are you a Yoruba man? Are you a Yoruba man? Why? Tell us. I think that was insulting. That was. I don't know why people. You just want to. Your problem is he as Yoruba man. If you look at Shore and you're asking that kind of question, there's somewhere you're going, and it is very, very unfortunate, very unfair, and so much in bad taste. Someone to be asking somebody like Omoyele Shore if he is a Yoruba man. You see, even the fight for Biafra is not supposed to be a fight that will be discriminatory, because even when we get Biafra, it doesn't matter from wherever you are, you will still be accepted inside that Biafra. You will still be, whether you're a Yoruba man, Hausa, even if you're a Fulani man, all anybody is going to ask of you is that you abide by the rules. When you come into the Biafra land, see, Biafra is not owned by IPOB. I hope you understand. Biafra is not owned by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I hope you really understand. Biafra was not given. It existed way before any one of us. It is a people. It is a civilization. Do you understand? All we ask is that when you come into that Biafra, you are not going to just go and take up land and build your house and just reside inside there. Okay, please, the caller on WhatsApp, I think you should call on the direct line. Hello, caller on the line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, it's Kate from the UK.
Go ahead, Kate.
Hi. Yeah, I just wanted to. I have a lot of things, but I'll shorten it to like two things and 2 points. First of all, I want to say that I am like yourself. I am both a supporter of Oduduwa Republic and a supporter of the revolution as well, of having a revolution. However, even though I am a very huge supporter of Omoyele Sowore, I have to be honest with you. In the last few months, he has really managed to piss me off, and I do not like to use the word piss off.
But you're entitled to your own opinion. You're entitled to your own opinion.
Yeah. But I'll let me just say what I have to say. So I'm just saying that I'm a kind of person who doesn't like to use such words. But I was so angry to the extent that I just had to say what I said just now. And my issue with what he's been saying lately, which I don't know, it just doesn't sit quite right with me. There are two main things. is the fact that, granted, you are calling for a revolution, which I am 100% in support of. However, every single time I've heard him speak about this revolution, I don't know if it's deliberate, if it's not on purpose or whatever, he seems to conveniently miss the fact that there is ongoing killing going on in the land. And even though I'm a Yoruba person, I'm not talking about just the killings in Yoruba land. I'm talking about all over the country. Okay? I follow this, a few websites anyway, to do with persecution, Christian persecution. So I keep up with what's going on. And the numbers are in the tens to hundreds of thousands of Christians being killed. Even though I know other, people, non-Christians are being killed as well. But I'm just saying the numbers are in the tens to hundreds of thousands. This is in the north on its own.
So why don't you just go straight to the point? You're just saying that you don't hear him talking about the killings.
No, I will make my point. Just please let me land. Okay, I'm not a person who knows how to talk properly, so just be patient with me.
Okay.
So,
go ahead.
So in the south, the killings are going on as well as we all know recently. And what really annoyed me about the call for revolution recently is that he doesn't speak. Okay, he condemns what the Oduduwa agitators are doing, saying that they don't have good strategy, which I actually agree with, like 90% of the way. I feel like they don't have good strategy. However, you're saying they don't have good strategy, but you don't come up with something else that you think they should be doing as regards to this killing. Because remember, the main reason this came up, this agitation came up, was really and truly because of mostly the killing. That's what happened that made this agitation start in Nigeria, when a doctor was killed on his farm. A doctor from abroad was killed on his farm, and Sunday Igbo rose up and went to go and confront the killers, basically. And I'm like, okay, Nigerians, I don't know when they're going to be angry enough to get up and revolt in the millions.
Oh, and revolt. Okay, and revolt. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, revolt. It takes the next 5, 10, 15 years for Nigerians to be angry enough to get up and revolt. What are we supposed to be doing about the killings in the meantime? Do you understand? This is what Showore misses out of his discussion on revolution. Even though I totally agree with the revolution, but he misses out the discussion on what are we supposed to do whilst we're waiting for people to be angry enough to come out and revolt.
Okay.
What should we do?
Can I answer? I know. Let me answer you, because you even answered the question.
Absolutely.
You answered the question yourself.
Absolutely.
See,
and I have the second question, but you can go ahead and answer.
Yeah, let's talk about this one first. You see, in your question, you are answering yourself. You are making a mistake. All you can do is you now by yourself. You can start your own program, your own ideology, your own solution. The Showore you're talking about has not changed. He said a revolution. Showore is not waiting for anybody to attack you tomorrow. Do you know that Showore owns Sahara Reporters? Do you read Sahara Reporters? Every single killing.
Yes, I know we own.
So every single killing that happens, where do you hear? Sahara Reporters reports it before even any other person. So he knows. He's talking about. Did you listen to the Mayogu General thing yesterday? When he was talking about
I listened to it and I was
okay. So listen, the way you people were listening to it, I don't understand. That is my frustration too. Let me tell you something. Did you hear when
Dr. Chief, they count me out of those people? I understand Showore's
no, sorry, but
of view.
let me.
I actually do get angry.
Let me
understand what he said. I do get angry.
Okay, listen. You know, I listen to you. Let me try to explain now. See, when Showore was talking about, see how they went and killed members of IPOB. Look at how the military is going and sending them to kill ESN people. You don't. People have their own way of expressing. You know very well. It will be most unfair if you say that Showore is not talking about the killings. How? He's tweeting about it. All the kidnapping tweets. So I don't know if you are tuned to him. if you're really tuned to him, no, how can you say he doesn't talk?
I am.
So listen, you asked the question. No. Before you interrupt me, you have to let me land. Don't interrupt. Wait. You said, what has he asked?
Answer my question.
What has he asked that we do while we're waiting for a revolution? There is nothing but a revolution. Why are you waiting for the person to come the next day? You already know that next week they are going to kill people. If Nigerians already know that tomorrow they are going to come and kill, why are you treating the symptoms? You know that you have malaria. You know that tomorrow there's going to be headache. You know that you're going to have fever. You know that you're going to have running stomach. All these are symptoms. And do you know what you're quarreling with? The chemist man. My problem is that when I go, instead of him recommending Panadol or paracetamol or telling me how to cure the fever, all he's telling me is, just drink chloroquine. Why is he always telling me to drink chloroquine? Why doesn't he talk about my headache or my stomach? Sure, he's frustrated, he's tired. No. He doesn't know how to go and fight. So Sure is telling you simply, I can tell you his
because I left out the point.
No.
Honestly, let me add the point I missed out. You'll understand me better if I just added the points I missed out.
Okay.
The reason I brought up this topic, I think that I was upset was because when people like Sunday go think the OPC, I don't know if it was the OPC, but people who just went out anyway to confront the people who recently did the last killing. Yeah? Omoyele Sowore said that as far as I'm concerned, I saw that as self-defense. Yeah? But Omoyele Sowore, and not him alone, by the way, I'm not saying him alone, there are other people who did that. And he said he saw what those people did, who went to defend themselves against the killers. He saw that as taking laws into their own hands. I was like, what? No. That is self-defense. It's like saying the ESN, they go to kill people, and I hate to use the word kill, but they go to kill the people who are killing the Igbos or whoever, and you say the ESN should have handed them over to the government or the police or whoever instead, rather than killing them. That killing them amounts to taking laws into your own hands. And I'm thinking, have you not heard that the police are actually jailing the people who come to handing people to them and setting the terrorists free? Has he not heard that? So how can you be saying the people who are standing up in self-defense are taking laws into their own hands? So, okay, if you call it taking laws into your own hands, that's why I asked the question, what then do you think is the right thing to do whilst you are waiting for people to rise up for a revolution, which may take the next 10 years? What do you want them to do?
And did you just went round and around? You went round and around to come to the same place that we were before. Do you know why all these things are happening? Do you know why we have not?
It's not a matter of why it's happening.
No. See,
I'm saying that.
It looks like I listened to. Okay.
To do in self-defense?
When you ask the question, okay, I'm going to keep quiet. When you finish, you tell me.
Okay. I'm saying that what do you want us to do in self-defense if you feel like what people are doing in self-defense amounts to taking laws into their own hands? Okay, what is the thing that you think is the solution that you wouldn't call taking laws into their own hands? Is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Can I answer you now?
You can go on.
Thank you. You see, I didn't interrupt you, so I don't expect you to interrupt me. Okay, so when you engage in civil disobedience, it is your right. Self-defense is your right. Do you understand that? Now, I can speak to what I know that Sowore believes in, because you asked the question. This is what I know, and Sowore is there. He is responsible for every opinion that he holds. But as far as I know, and to answer your question, what we should do, not yesterday, not tomorrow, not in 1 week, is why? Okay, finish this for me. Revolution. Finish it for me. When? When?
Now.
When?
Now.
When should we do it?
Now.
When should we revolt?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
10 years ago.
Exactly. Because the reason why there's still another confrontation. Do you know that the military, did you hear when Shore says that ESN now becomes a reason for the military to go into Aba and kill people? Go into here and kill people.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like it. Mm-hmm. If Biafra had been gotten before now, you think there will be need for ESN? No. You think Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is happy that he has to do another thing and he has to do another thing and you think Sunday Igboho is... So that's exactly what I'm trying. You have to understand the way these people act. Shore is saying that for him, he does not even have time to be we are discussing all these. This person did, they didn't do, did they shoot, they didn't shoot, self-defense, no self-defense. All of that thing is not necessary if you do a surgical operation now, right now. Do the revolution right now. Take back everything right now. The longer we wait, the more we will have to deal with so many of these things. It will continue to get more and more complicated. Nobody is happy. Nobody knows which way it's going to go. And this government is very manipulative. Why do you think they say shoot aside? It's because of ESN. Why do you think they say, oh, we are going to go into the forest and engage non-state actors? It's because of ESN. Are you going to come out now and say, oh yes, ESN should go all over the place and start killing people The international community will turn out against you and say, you people are terrorists, you're killing people. Do you understand? We can't say that openly. We know they have to do what they have to do in self-defense, but are you going to say it openly to support our cause? Are you going to say that? No. So again, the simple question, you don't understand what this?
Understand the bit you said about, are you going to do that in the open or something? I didn't get that part.
No, exactly. The government of Nigeria wants to present. So let me explain to you. The government of Nigeria wants to present you. They like to present you as a terrorist organization that goes around killing people. That's how they will want to present you. But that's not the image you want outside. The image you want is that you are defending yourself. Is that what you're saying? Isn't it when people come to kill you that you defend yourself? And that's what ESN is supposed to be doing. But the government of Nigeria will orchestrate a situation that will present ESN in another light, that will make it look like they are the ones that are the aggressors. Is ESN supposed to be the aggressor? No. It's the federal government of Nigeria. So, listen, my sister, there are levels. I don't know how to explain it to you here. But you see, everybody must take their position and do what they are doing. What they do, what they say in this struggle, sometimes it is purely deliberate. It is serving a purpose. Do you understand me? There are things you cannot even say on air. There are things that you cannot even come out and own up and say, oh yeah, this is no. Sometimes things are done when they need to be done. But hear me clearly. In your own words, you said when a Nigeria is going to get up and revolt, whether they are revolting in Biafra land, whether they are revolting through some... Okay, Sunday Igboho did the attack. Did it stop? No. And did you hear Shore? Even if it is Sunday Igboho that starts the revolt, let it start. What are we waiting for? Shore is stuck in NSAS. If you Shore is living in that environment, because with NSAS you take the fight to the government. Some people like that are too impatient. They don't have time to be arguing or debate. They want it right now. When do you want a revolution? Now. How do you want it? Now. From who? No, now. Which part? Now. The government now. So, while for people like him, the more you're delaying it, you check he doesn't have any answers anymore. He doesn't have any other strategy. Because the only strategy, that's why he in his frustration, he goes out to the street on his own. They will catch him, they will break his nose. People will start laughing at him. Next day, he will go out with a spray. He will start spraying, Buhari must go. They will catch him. You and I are laughing at him. Because he does not have time. He doesn't have time to be arguing and talking. He's finished. He's done with it. For him, let us do it right. And that's why it is painful and unfair when people now tell him, Shore, you need to talk a certain way. You need to behave a certain way. You didn't talk about this killing here. Why would you say that? Do you understand what I'm saying? Why? It pains. Why would you say it doesn't pain him? Huh?
You totally misunderstand my question. As in, you totally misunderstand my
okay, let's try again
question.
Let's try again.
Look, let me start from the beginning if you may understand me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I am 100% with Shore on this revolution issue. Even right from the beginning, I'm not in Nigeria, I can't vote, but I made sure I got all my family members to vote for him when he was running. So I'm not against him. Don't misunderstand me.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is that the way and I'm not saying that you mentioned that, oh, do I want us to leave the revolution and go and be treating the symptoms? No, you need to understand me. Even that was my qualm with NSAS. Even though I supported NSAS, I thought it was just protesting about the symptoms. They should have been protesting about, breaking up the whole thing, basically, or revolution anyway. So what I'm saying is that, how would it feel,
Mm-hmm.
You can't force Nigerians to come out to the vote. You can't force them with all the will in the world. Look, there's nobody as I'm here, I don't have any friends who support me on this revolution issue. I don't know how to break up with some friends because they think I'm crazy for supporting all this Shore issue. So that's how much I'm in support of him. But I'm not saying that we should treat the symptoms. I'm saying that whilst you are not yet able to get Nigerians out to come out and vote, killings are still going on unabated. It's not like the police, the army, whatever, are doing anything to, catch the terrorists or whatever. They're not doing anything. As a matter of fact, they are imprisoning the people who are basically conducting citizen arrest on these terrorists and handing them over. They're imprisoning these people. So the way I understand what Shore says, every time he says that the people who do these things, like basically what Sunday Igboho did, he said it's taking laws into your own hands, that he doesn't agree with that. And I felt like what Sunday Igboho did was self-defense. To me, that felt like Shore was consider Sunday Igboho as ESN, or the leader of ESN. So if ESN goes out and starts, catching these people, doing whatever they need to do to them, how would you feel if Shore now comes out and says what ESN is doing is taking laws into their own hands? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that the revolution shouldn't happen since yesterday. I'm saying it may take another 5 years. I don't know when Nigerians are going to come out. It may take another 10 years. That is precisely why Nina Dikanu came out and did this on ESN. Okay, since the revolution is not yet happening, what are we going to do about the killings? He developed this ESN. So how would you now feel if Shore now says, what ESN is doing to these terrorists is taking laws into their hands? How would you feel? So that's how I felt.
Okay, that is your second. Is that your second question?
No. It's the same question. It's the same one.
Okay, so can I try? There are so many people calling, and I've not given them an opportunity to talk. So let me try and talk now, and then we'll move forward. Okay. I'm not quarreling with you. Try to understand. We're having an engagement, and we are just having a heated engagement.
Absolutely
and
not.
The reason is this: we have to clearly understand that. You see, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes now and he speaks and he holds an opinion, that is his opinion. He is responsible for it. You take that thing and you go analyze it. you take what you feel you should take, and you don't take everything, because he may go and reappraise that thing he said and then come back tomorrow and say, you know what, this is what I'm saying right now. It happens with everybody. If we don't believe that people like that, that's when we make them gods. And nobody's a god. Everybody is fallible. Nobody's infallible, including Omoyele Sowore, including Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The essence of this program, if we understand, is that we don't define these people by things we say they say or we didn't understand. Because the danger there is, it's not about the way they said it or how they say it. It's about you making sense out of it. Otherwise, you will act and act and act. Then tomorrow, when that person says they are sorry or they realize, you act the other way again, then you would suddenly become like, you know what I mean? That's not good for us. You remember? You know what I'm saying? Remember? So I don't wait till, oh, this person said this thing today. Oh, I follow. They change tomorrow. Oh, I change again. No, for me, I know exactly what Sowore has called for. That is the important thing. I am waiting. I am doing everything I can. I am pushing to see if Nigerians can wake up. Once we wake up, everything will end. Yes, no. What Sunday Igboho is doing, no. What Nnamdi Kanu will now have rest. You think he likes to come and be shouting every day? No. So you see all these people that are involved in the struggle. I don't want us to waste our time analyzing, saying they did not. You believe what Sunday Igboho did was self-defense. Fine. You give him all the support. Fine. You believe Sowore called for a revolution. People used to say, if I turn a granite bomb, let me define it for you. What you want out of granite, peanut, is the inside, right? The shell is not so important. When Sunday Igboho got angry and he said, what's his name again? He said the Ife was the Ooni of Ife. He lambasted Ooni of Ife.
Yeah.
Do you think what he was saying was not true? It was true. It was how he felt. Sowore did say the same thing too. But what happened? At that point when he said it, people said, yes. In fact, Sunday Igboho did very well. The next few days, they prevailed on him. And he came and he apologized again. The same people that said, he did very well, but they turned around and said, so what is it now? Was he really saying the truth or was he not saying the truth? Of course, the fact that he came and apologized does not mean that he didn't say the truth when he said it. But what is important is he was saying it to make a statement. Take that thing that he has said out of it. We must be patient with each other. You see this thing, the longer it lasts, the more you're going to hear what you don't think you should hear from somebody. One day somebody, even up to today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will say, in the same program, he will say, my Oduduwa brothers and sisters. In the same program, he say, it's Yoruba media. Go and see what Yoruba media wrote. Yoruba media is the worst people. It has taken time for people to now say, okay, you know what? And let me take what he's saying.
Agree.
But if you're a Yoruba man and you say, oh, because he just called Yoruba, I cannot listen to this man again. That is what I don't like.
Oh, I agree.
You're judging him now by state. So now, if because you Sowore said, oh, the way Sunday Igboho went about this thing, it looked like he was taking laws into his hands. That is Sowore making a statement, and you are within your rights to disagree. You can say, no, in fact, you can write a rejoinder in a paper and say,
this is not about Sunday.
No, I'm just saying.
It's not about Sunday.
I'm just saying generally.
Self-defense.
No, but if you didn't hear any other thing that I said, just hear that Sowore has his mission. He is focused on his mission. He is doing his best, like people running on their own track. Now, when you begin to apply what somebody else is doing to his own mission, and you're saying, do you know that, let me also tell you this. Do you know that a lot of people start doing something, somewhere along the line, it doesn't work out, they fizzle away. Another person starts, we follow that person, they fizzle away. You know that very well. Now, can you imagine if you now are on a mission, you've outlined your strategy, you've told everybody this is what you're doing, Chidi comes out with something tomorrow, and you turn around and say, okay, Chidi, we're now going to do Chidi's own. You abandon your own and follow Chidi. Chidi now makes a mistake somewhere, they discover that Chidi stole money, and I fizzle away. What? Then you now say, okay, everybody, Chidi has messed up, let's go back to my strategy. Do you think anybody will believe you again? Nobody will believe you. So we have to appreciate the fact that we can look to the left and say, oh, Shore is calling for revolution. Very distinct. This is what he's calling for. You look to the right and say, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is calling for an independent nation of Biafra. Very defined. What is he doing? He is doing this, he's doing this, he's doing this. What is Shore doing? He's doing this, he's doing this, he's doing. Everybody has their highs and their lows. There are times when they are the one that there was a time when the only hope that Nigeria had was Shore coming out to even confront the government. When Shore said revolution, everybody was trembling. You couldn't even say revolution. They will arrest you. The word was, oh my God, did he? Everybody attacked him. Do you remember when people attacked Shore? Why do you say revolution? If you say revolution, that means revolution is the same thing as coup. He is facing treason because he used the word revolution. He didn't even do anything at all. Far back that time. Now, we're even killing people. People are being killed, and the government it has gone beyond word of mouth. Now the thing has gone, But anyway, you see people are writing that they've been calling. Let's give them a chance to call. Thank you so much for your usual support. Okay.
Very much.
Thank you very much.
And I still support Shore, by the way.
We must support all of them. All right. Thank you very much. So caller on the line, Ralph Chiamaka TV. Go ahead and call. I'm going to post the number for you. Yes, go ahead, Ralph Chiamaka TV. The number, I just posted the number. Go ahead, caller on the line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, hello. Please let me bring down my volume.
Go ahead.
Let me bring down my volume. Yeah, this is Raphael Chiamaka from Torino, Italy.
Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Chidi. I appreciate what you're doing, and we all love it. Yesterday, I was very, very pissed off yesterday, and I want to quickly apologize to you also. Maybe I should have spoken to you before I made some of the posts I did, because I have so much respect for you. And Omoyele Showore also. I've been supportive, I've been a part of the movement, I've been a part of the struggle, and I love everything. I love Omoyele Showore, and I still do. But I get very discouraged when Omoyele Showore mixes up some things sometimes. It's number one, it's not encouraging when you keep trying to make it look like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not correct when he says Buhari is dead. Because yesterday, I don't come out to always say Buhari is dead, but I believe within me that Buhari is dead. You understand? So if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu keeps saying that Buhari is dead, and Showore comes out, even when he's not asked, when unprovoked, keep saying, and when I told them Buhari is not dead, they keep arguing. What point is that? If we are fighting for freedom, if we are moving for revolution, let's focus on it and let's face straight on. Because whether Buhari is dead or is not dead, it's of no use for us, because Buhari is, even if he's alive, is as good as dead. So there's no need for Showore to keep trying to prove himself by saying Buhari is still alive. If the Buhari we are seeing today, does it look like he's alive? You understand? And that's part of it. And another thing is this. When Showore is trying to make people get afraid of war, we're afraid of war. They were telling us, what war would be. War is not that. Yesterday was saying that. I was like, goodness me. Look, these people that are coming after us, they are all prepared. They have AK-47, they have machine guns in the bushes everywhere. They are ready to fight us. They are ready to kill us. And then when somebody is telling us, we will start war now, we will fight, we will give them drugs, where will they camp? That's not necessary. People are ready. Do you think this ESN, we saw the squad of the people that volunteered to stand for ESN, to put their lives on the line. And when you are telling us that war, we are not asking for war. But when they bring war, we are not afraid to fight. And that's what Showore should know. And I know Showore as someone that is fearless. I know Showore as someone that is resolute, that someone that is determined, that when he's out for something, he's dogged and he will give his life for it. And that's one thing I respect him for. But he shouldn't discourage us by telling us, giving us fear of each war, whatever thing. And when Showore is also making it look like he can save Nigeria, then, you know, we have been given that benefit of the doubt anyway. If there's any way he can do it, you know, we've seen it. He tried his best. He did everything. You did your own best. You know, all those criminals out there, like in Enugu, there's none of them that would be able to do what to give to you to Enugu if they gave you the chance. But they didn't even give that opportunity. They didn't allow you. You know, every effort you've made, the sacrifice you made, the money you put in. Look at Showore all the time and everything. Up till now, he's still there. To understand? But when he's making it look like there's one magic or there's one thing he can do to save Nigeria, I wonder how he's going to do it. And when he makes it look like revolution now is something that will be bloodless, we don't need a blood. You know, look, a revolution in Nigeria without a bloody revolution cannot save that contraption. And that's one thing we have all, resolved ourselves to believe, because we've seen everything. There's nothing you can do without a bloody revolution. So that means if we are going for a peaceful revolution, we should let them know that when they come bloody, we'll give it to them bloody. That's what it means. So I'm not against Showore in any way. I will support him, but he should, you know, just, I don't know how to say it. I don't want to sound, negative. You understand? But I respect him. I love him and I love you, brother. And immediately you told me yesterday, you remember, I told you how much respect I have for you. I put that because I made, because I don't want to be an opposition to anything we are doing. I stand with everyone that wants to liberate the people, and I'm determined with that. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much, my very good brother, my friend, Raphael. You know we go way back. Let me cut you off so you can listen on the program. See, that's Raphael. Raphael is somebody that I respect so much. Do you know why I respect him? You see, the people that I love more, you'll be surprised, are the ones that I disagree and fight more with. Do you know why? Because they will look me straight in the face and they will tell me when I go wrong, I say, Chidi, you went wrong. Chidi, you're wrong. We cut, we don't talk. Then we chew these things in our head, we come back, we resolve and we'll continue. That's the kind of people that I prefer. I don't, please, the caller on the line, just wait for me. Let me just address some issues. So, Raphael, you don't need anybody to tell you I love you and your wife and your family, and I respect you so much, and I know that you have the same kind of love and respect for my family. And you know we've been in this struggle way back. So you are the kind of people that I know you speak, you talk the talk and you walk the walk. Now let me, I was telling you that you were wrong yesterday, and let me explain to you. There is nobody that will guarantee you that we are not going to rub ourselves in the wrong way as long as we're in this thing. Look, everybody's head they hot. We are going to say things that will not sit well with each other. All I'm saying is that we address it and we move forward. We don't use it to define ourselves. Somebody says something you don't agree with. That's simply what it is. You don't agree with it. You have 100% right not to agree with them. Nnamdi Kanu can say something today and I don't agree with it. You think if I say that I don't agree with what Nnamdi Kanu says, that it means I will no longer support them? No. Why would I not support the Biafra struggle? I am Biafra. You see, you can't, even if I use bleach I can't remove Biafra from myself. Even if I say it, I can't. So that is settled till I die. I'm born. I was telling somebody, he said, you, Chidi, do you belong to Biafra? I say, you must be crazy. You don't belong to Biafra. You are Biafran. It's not something you join. Being Biafra doesn't mean joining IPOB. Being Biafra is you are Biafra. You are born to you are Biafra. Finish. Okay. So when it comes to Buhari being dead or being alive, you must have an open mind. Anybody around me, all my friends, some of them say Buhari is dead. Some say Buhari is alive. You have just said it all. That whether Buhari is dead or alive, he is like a dead man. If he is alive, he's like a dead man. If he is dead, he is dead. That is not the issue. And I don't want you to kill yourself over it. If somebody says Buhari is still alive, that's for them what it is. Me, myself, personally, I believe that Buhari is dead, is no longer there. Omoyele Sowore believes that Buhari is alive. Why do we kill ourselves? Is it not like when we sit in the bar and we still say, oh boy, now wow, this person is not a good player. No, that person is a good player. Or we argue over some things. One day there will be proof, but maybe not now. What will you do tomorrow if you discover that you were wrong, that Buhari is not alive? Then you will just say, oh, I was wrong. Period. That's what it is. I've said it, and I said it with pastors too. We must not treat people like they are gods. They are infallible. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not allow you to treat him like a god. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will tell you what he is convinced about 100%. But that is him. He is a human being. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says this is how this thing is, out of his conviction, that's what he believes. But you must be able to form your own opinion. And if your own opinion is that Buhari is still alive, fine, keep it wherever you keep it. Let us continue. How does it disturb the Biafran struggle? And you said it yourself, Raphael. Buhari being dead or alive, what does it have to do? They are killing us. They are still messing up the place. So who cares? What Sowore says is that he will not. Let me explain to you. I know Sowore. Let me give you some background that you don't understand. And you know everybody has their way of approaching this thing. For Sowore says, even if that man, they have killed him and he's living inside it. For me, I don't agree. He is alive. He is the one doing it. Don't let it be another person. That when we say he's alive, that means we are trying to say that it's the chief of staff, or it's the press secretary, or it is no, that is Buhari. It's him. He wants to. No, I'm not hearing anybody. It's Buhari. He is alive. He is the one that is sending military people to go and kill ESN. Who do you want me to say that is sending people to kill ESN? Okay, Raphael, you tell me now. Since it is not Buhari that is sending people to go and kill ESN, who is the person? Since there is a double, this is like talking with proverbs, but you are misunderstanding it. Okay, there is a double there. That double, is it not somebody that is telling that double to go and do what they are doing? Who is the one running the country? So that means we will now start looking for this person, look for that person. We don't know whether it is, because that double is not Buhari now. He's not able to take the decisions. He's just somebody that they put there. So instead of us running around, and at the end of the day we'll say, oh, when we are writing the history of Buhari, Buhari died a long time ago, so we cannot blame him for the killing of ESM people. We cannot blame him for the shooting of NSAS people. So history will now remove Buhari from all of those things. But who will history blame? So somebody like people like Sowore, if you understand how they think, they want that forever in the history of Nigeria, you will never for one day, instead of saying that Buhari did this, you go and write another person. He wants to make sure that until this whole story is written and ended, Buhari will occupy his space. He should occupy that space. Whether he is vegetable, whether he is double, whether he is there. But I don't want to talk so much because that will be going into another thing. But you have said it. Whether he's dead or alive, he doesn't do this thing. There's something that I wrote now. I don't even remember what I said. Now you said something again about Omoyele Sowore fighting to save Nigeria. And I told you that's very unfair. Very, very unfair. Call on the line. Don't worry, I'll pick your call. Sowore cannot be fighting to save Nigeria. And he's calling for a revolution. Sowore never asked you for a peaceful revolution. You don't understand. Sowore cannot do what is not his calling. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing what is his calling. And he is doing well, and that's why we are supporting him. You cannot expect Sowore to be Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you know very well, my brother, you know the Bible, you're a man of God. There are so many disciples. There would have been only Acts of the Apostles or so. But why did they have the gospel according to St. Luke? Gospel according to St. John? Gospel according to this person? Telling us the same story, but having their own angles to the same story. Why are we reading all of them? We should have just said, no, we won't read all of them. So, everybody is important. Their own narrative is different, but it is the same thing. What Sowore is saying is this, that for you to actualize that breakup that you want, that we must fight all of these people who are everywhere, including in Igbo land, my brother. The people that are fighting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu right now, the greatest opposition that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has is not from the Fulani. It's not. The people who are campaigning, protesting, the people, is it not the house rat that will show the bush rat where fish is in the house? I'm sure you understand that proverb. Who are the people pointing fingers to where they are going to go and kill people? Who? You think it is the Fulani people that came down? Is it not Igbo people? So what Sowore is saying, that he is interested in uprooting all of these people. My brother, when we talk, we must use proverb to talk. When we talk about granite, we know what we mean. You want us to come and call granite another thing? When we're talking about the stick that Fulani people are using, since it's stick that they are carrying, it is the same stick that ESN is carrying. That's how we must continue to talk. When we have asked you for peaceful revolution and you have rejected peaceful revolution, the one that you look for, you will get it. But with our mouth, we will use it. No, we will not use our mouth to say it. We will protest. You protested in school. Which protest have you ever seen that when we are planning the protest, we bring cutlass, we bring stone, we say, cameraman, put camera on us. What we are saying today is that as we are going out for this protest, see, we have brought stone, we have brought stick. Well, when we go out, we will use this on police. No, that's not what we are saying. Come on, a revolution. Go and look at revolution now. Go and look at any protest. So it is not for us to come and tell them how it will be. Start the revolution. As we start the revolution, leave every other thing join. My own people, I will say this in my own dialect. Do you know what it means? Once the fight has started, who makes the rule for fight? You people can fight, but no headbutt. You can't use headbutt. It's like when they did the Mount Festival, when they did Masquerade Festival in Enugu in those days. Government say, every masquerade is welcome inside the stadium, but you must promise that you will not use juju when you're bringing masquerade and you're telling them they shouldn't use juju. So you're calling for a revolution and you're telling us how the revolution will be. Let the revolution start now. It's peaceful revolution. That's what we're going to say. Peaceful revolution. Even if you open our mouth tomorrow, it's peaceful revolution. No, we will come, we will sing. We will sing. So will you, if that will make you allow us, just allow us. So allow us to just come in the street. We will just block the road and we will just sing. That's all. We just want to sing and do peaceful revolution. But allow us first. Allow us. Then what you see, you see. And whether it's not even me and you discussing it, when it happens, they will know. But let it happen. The frustration we have for every freedom fighter is that we are wasting time. We are wasting time. Why? Okay, let me take the caller on the line. Go ahead, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, Dr. Chede, good afternoon from here.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, Chede, I appreciate you so much. It's your brother Gutku from London.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Yes, Chede, thank you very much for your program, and it's good for everybody to listen. Chede, there's something I wanted to correct here, and it's very, very important for people to understand. You understand?
Yeah.
So, you see, one thing we don't like, and one thing that pains our people most, especially we, the Biafrans and IPOB, who believe that Nigeria must to disappear, right? And you can see that Nigeria is not favoring anybody. Nigeria is there to kill everybody. But there is something that makes our people challenge whoever that challenge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I want to explain it here. The thing is, if anybody that is against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from one thing or the other, whether you hate him for whatever reason you hate him, that is that person's opinion entirely. That is your person's opinion.
Exactly.
But if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is setting up security to defend our people, our mothers, from being raped by Fulani, from being butchered by Fulani, set up security to defend our people. If anybody comes speak against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that is where you see IPOB will challenge the person. That is why you see some people don't understand what IPOB is, what IPOB stands for, and who, whenever they go for somebody. IPOBs, Biafrans are not stupid. We are following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu not because he give us money, because we have seen that he is the man. When he say one, is one. When he say two, is two. He never changed. Go and check him from 2014. He never changed. He remained consistent. That is why he says people remain consistent, never change. Now, why am I saying all these things? If anybody hates Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for what reason, that is entire business. But if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is trying to save his people, trying to save even other ethnic groups, and set up security to defend our people from the people that is killing us, and if anybody is against him, against that security, or say something about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we will come against the person. We don't hate anybody. But let me tell you why IPOB is against some people. When you hear they say IPOB is abusive, no, IPOB is not abusive. We are angry of what Nigeria have done us. Now, you can see last time when Autumn, let me give you an example. When Autumn put a press conference, he told the whole world, what did IPOB did? What did they do that they labeled them terrorists? What did they do? What did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do? The step is there for everybody to see. They didn't do anything. Autumn of Benue said this. But the same Autumn went to his farm, and he escaped assassination by the same Fulani that is killing us. The same Fulani that is killing us. Autumn escaped assassination. The same Autumn said that he supports the government to clamp down on ESM, right? But he supports the government to clamp down on ESM. But Autumn escaped assassination from Fulani. The same Fulani Mazi Nnamdi Kanu set up security to fight them, from them to stop killing them. Autumn come up again and change that he supports government to clamp on ESM. Now, if IPOB go against him, which we have gone against him, try to let him understand that the people that want to, what about the Fulani that want to kill you now? What are you going to say about it? This is the things we are fighting. Not because we are not fighting against anybody. No, it's when you condemn what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu put on place to checkmate these criminals. Fulani henchmen, Nieti Allah are the fourth terrorist group in the world. If not said now. Now tell me, how are we going to rescue ourselves from these people? If not whatever Fulani have, we have it. You and I see what is happening in Enugu and Ebonyi. We are testing them, pushing them out. Have you ever seen our mother being raped again? Now, that is what we are fighting for. And let me come to Showore. I respect Showore, but sometimes let him mind his word against some certain things. If Showore I respect whatever he's doing. Believe you me. If Showore it is referendum, it is revolution work today. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu will back him 24. I know Mazin Nnamdi Kanu doesn't. It's not a jealous person that you that are going to bring it. No. You saw what happened in ESAT. He was gingering, not because he wants to put himself. Nnamdi Kanu is fighting to anyhow every ethnic group that trapped in Nigeria to be free. Now, if you see that ESAT, he was gingering for our people to youth of Nigeria. He left Biafra aside. The youth of Nigeria raised up and take this opportunity. Now they target Igbo ethnic something. They begin to blackmail us. Igbo people have suffered in Nigeria. These are the things we are trying to correct. If that population could have, the way he was gingering is that these people stand on what he was telling them. This under 30 seconds, Tinubu have got his private jet land in France. Do you think it's only him that run? Not only him. They will never tell you. They will never, because Tinubu, they know that he was the one who owned that place, and he was the one who commanded the opposite to shoot. He ran away. The same way other people could have run away, if not because ethnic tribalism come into it. These senators and politicians could have been on the run by now. And Mazin Nnamdi Kanu could have been the happiest person I see that. Then from there we will come to the table and renegotiate Nigeria, how Nigeria is going to be. But they brought ethnic something into it that people want to destroy Lagos, this and that, which is false, which is lie. Do you think that Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is happy doing this thing? He has his own life to live. That is why we stand by him. Because without him and ESM, our people would have been murdered in cold blood today. Nobody will say anything. That is why I'm calling on our Dudwa brothers. I support them 100%. 100%. Let them stand up. This is the opportunity for us to liberate ourselves. And let us forget about this ethnic something that people have in mind. And I am using this opportunity to call our Dudwa brothers is listening. If your brother is in army or police or everything, please, we are fighting the same cause. I will never like to see my brothers and sisters in armed forces take them to Biafra land and they become police and to kill our own people. It will not happen. It's not good for our record. The same thing applies to Benue. Why am I saying this? Because we are all fighting the same cause. Any police now in Biafra land killing Biafra, he knew that his own people too are fighting the same cause. Because we know he's serving Nigeria. The same thing applies to Igbo police and army. If they send them to Oduduwa land to shoot Oduduwa people, if Oduduwa people get them, let them kill the Igbo man. Because we are all fighting the same thing. These are the things we are trying to correct. Because injustice is there. So that is why I'm calling. If they send you to go to Biafra land to kill anybody, turn your gun against these criminals. They are the people.
Thank you, my brother. Let me take on that cause. Yes, thank you so much.
We are in this disgrace together. We want to liberate ourselves from these criminals.
Thank you.
That is what Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is fighting.
Thank you.
Before I stop, let me tell you something. I know some people misunderstand Showore. I am not an ethnic bigot. I respect everybody, but let me say something about Showore. Showore made that comment about revolution before breakup. I know people will not understand it. Showore specifically wants these governors, senators, politicians that have suffered innocent Nigerians to be held accountable. If not, kill them. That is why he said that. But I know people will not understand it.
Exactly. That's what. Anyway.
He doesn't want them to go free.
It's okay, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
He doesn't want them to go free. He wants them to be held accountable.
Yes.
He wants Nigeria to hold them accountable.
Don't worry, my brother. Let's thank you very much.
If we don't destroy Nigeria, Nigeria will destroy us. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity.
Thank you. You see, at the end of the day, in fact, there is no need for me to be explaining because we are not even the ones. I just look at myself and I'm laughing. We are not the ones that should. It's like preaching to the already converted. We are the ones who believe in this fight. We are the ones actually fighting. So why are we even killing ourselves the people we should bother our head about are the people over there. So I'm just going to allow people to make their contribution. Because it will be sounding like I'm defending, because we're all actually saying the same thing. I don't hear. There's no way you will say even this sentence that I'm making now. If you ask 100 people to interpret it, each person will have his own interpretation. But I have a caller on the line. Go ahead, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, my brother. Yes, thank you.
Hello. Bravo to the beautiful work that we are doing.
Thank you.
I'm calling from Holland. Concerning the revolution now, as for me, I believe any agitator, anything at all that will bring this government down, I am in support. But sometimes what bothers me is the life of this young man, Shawale. He has done a lot. He's taking a lot of risk and he's doing it. But at some stage, this is a kind of suggestion. You have to rethink. This revolution now, it is very, very nice. I love it. But you saw what happened during the NSAS protest. The people we are dealing with, they are demons. They are not ready to give up. They are ready to fight with everything possible, anytime. So when you are shouting revolution now, how many people are ready to come out on the street again due to what happened during the NSAS and the shooting? Up to today, no justice. So, and we cannot be calling revolution while the back of your yard is catching fire. The Fulanis, they are taking over your land. They are raping, destroying farms, destroying homes, killing. When we are talking about liberation now, it's a good idea, but we have to back it up with action.
Sorry, my brother. Sorry, it's not that I'm cutting you, because you see, if we don't enlighten ourselves and misunderstand ourselves, we will be making a very big mistake. See, we mustn't make the mistake of sounding like the revolution now is opposing anybody's action. Okay, let me ask you something.
No, that's not what I mean.
So listen.
That's not what I mean.
So listen now, so that we really tie this thing together. Somebody has said that the military, the police, the government, the senators, the governors, everybody, every institution that is tied to the government, we must bring them down. We must bring them to a halt. That's what this person is saying. Now, I don't think that is in opposition to the people. Okay, let me ask you a question now. What do you think people should have done in somewhere like Obibo when the military and the police came after them?
Okay. Can I come in now?
Come in.
Okay, just as you said, from president, governors, senators, name it, to local government, we want to bring them down.
Yes.
That is fine. But how?
Exactly.
How?
Okay, so let me answer again. Let me answer again. So that how is now where your own method, whatever you know that you're using, that your how is what. No, but just continue with that your how. Perfect it and continue. Now the other person is calling. There's something you said that I want to touch immediately. You said that when he's calling and he's calling and he's calling, and the number of people that are not answering. Let me tell you something. It's just like somebody who is preaching the message. Your duty is to deliver the message. Do you understand what I'm saying? If the people hear the message and they do what they are supposed to do, it is for their own good. If they don't do what they are supposed to do, you will no longer be blamed. Showore has called for a revolution, whatever means. That's why, look, we are all matured, and in this race there are things you can say and things you cannot say. Showore just opened his mouth and said revolution, and they already accused him of treason. He is living inside Nigeria. He is right there with them. Now, what do you want him to come and say? What do you understand? What do people expect him to come and? So you expect him to come and say, when we start the revolution, we have to do this and do this. So it's not fair for you to say, all right, so just that he's too soft. The way he's saying it is too soft. What do you want him to say inside that place?
No, see, they listen to me. Listen to me. Don't get me wrong.
No, not you, not you. I mean generally.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody like me, just listen to what I have to say. I'm not talking about Showele is not against other agitators. That's not what I mean. I'm in support of him. I'm in support of Mazen Nandekan. I'm in support of all that people, even the ones that are educating us, like Mayegu and the Simon Eba. I follow all these people. But what concerns me, where I want to hit, is this issue of security first, because the military, the police, they are not helping matter. You see, anybody from north can come out and vomit anything from the mouth, and nobody will call him to question him, nobody, no arrest, nothing. But if such happen in the west, see the way they will troop in with their helicopter and everything. Now, the liberation is very fine. I love it. But the issue at hand now is you have to be alive before the revolution. This security I'm talking about, the Fulanis that are trooping in, they have been raping, destroying, killing, committing all manner of atrocities.
My brother, let me ask you a question. What do you think ESN is? The ESN response, what do you think it is? It's a kind of...
Of course, okay.
It's a kind of...
Okay, in the southeast,
what do you think it is?
ESN.
What has Biafrans done? What has IPOB done by establishing ESN? You think they have revolted? Do you think they have revolted?
No. They are working. No. They're working.
Okay,
What I'm trying to
this is English. Me and you are saying the same thing, but we're not understanding. So I want to tell you that ESN came out of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saying enough is enough. When somebody has had enough, he will revolt. Nnamdi Kanu was preaching and saying, don't do this, don't touch my people, don't do. They didn't hear, so he now said, I am revolting, I no agree. The government warned him. That is a revolt, that is revolution. The people don't understand. ESN is a revolution. Now, this revolution will be happening small. Sunday Igboho, what did he do? He revolted. Am I making sense? NSAS, what did we do? We revolted. Whenever you push people to the wall, what they will do is they will revolt. Do you think the man in America, George Floyd, you think that was the first time they killed a black man? No. People have been doing small riot here and there. But it got to a point where they say, no, this thing done, it's enough. Enough is enough. So, thank God for ESN. ESN is not the ultimate revolution. ESN is there. You know right now that if there is to be something like NSAS again, with ESN, you know that maybe they will achieve a better result. You know that, right? So, everything is part of where we are going. That's what I want people to understand. There has to be a massive... See, only Biafra cannot... See, Biafra is taking care of itself, right? You know that very well. The rest of Nigeria... let us assume that the rest of Nigeria does not rise up the same time that Biafra rises up. It's not very good for us. You know that very well. If we are the only ones, it is good for us that if it is happening in Biafra land, it's happening in Oduduwa land, it's happening in Benue, it's happening in Arewa land, right? That's what we are hoping for. That's why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu keeps urging them. keeps telling the Arewa people to rise up. Do you know why? Do you know why, my brother? If they all rise up, guess what? The whole of Nigeria has risen up. Guess what? The revolution is happening. Period. Check it. If Biafra rises up, Oduduwa rises up, Middle Belt rises up, Arewa rises up, who has risen up?
You see, we are still going the same direction, but from different distance. Because let me make it clear, because this revolution to start is a very good idea. The question we're asking ourselves now is how to start that revolution. To make it, listen, how to make it visible.
Anybody that has the answer, anybody that has the answer, let the person bring it on.
And now, the people that are giving the government headache now, most headache is from Southeast. Then come to listen to me first, and come again. Another people now is this Sunday Igbo group, because these people, believe me, if you continue to shout liberation from now till the kingdom come, they will deploy their military. They will start mass arrest. They can do anything. They're not ready to give up. But when they see, look at the way they're negotiating with the terrorists in the north. If you pick up arms,
it's not me that off Tito. I lost my brother there. I think maybe his battery died. Hello, I'm sure he will call back. There's something that Shore said. Shore says there's a period of revolutionary confusion. That's what we're in right now. It's a period where Sunday Igboho was not there before. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, what do you think?
You caught.
What do you think will happen?
Huh?
Okay.
Your phone cut. Just now it started again.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, the West, just like their counterpart in the Southeast, should pick up arms and defend themselves. If that's happening in the West and the Middle Belt, Southeast and South, believe me, that revolution will start today.
Exactly. So you see,
if you don't do that, look at what is happening in Southeast. Assuming that time they were bombing Olo or Obibo, that another group springing from the south, from the west, attack them. Another group spring from the Middle Belt, attack them. What do you think will happen? Automatically, it is revolution.
Anyway, like I said before,
I'm not against anybody.
No, why it's good to have these discussions is that at the end of the day, it just helps us to understand that we are all fighting the same enemy. And I've said it before. Omoyele Sowore, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and every other person, they are not infallible. I know when I talk like that, someone say, why do you talk like that about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? You see, I am Dr. Chidi Nwanyanwu, and I respect, you see me, that I shout, that I defend these people, project them. I can decide not to do that. I'm not a kid. It's not that I don't have my popularity and I can be anything I want to be. But I have chosen.
No, I'm not against any.
No, not you. I'm talking generally now. People must understand that when you see us project these people and support them, they are bound to say things or hold opinions that will not always align with our own opinion for that particular moment. But that does not define their struggle. That does not summarize what they are doing. So as much as possible, we must stay focused, advise, analyze from the rear, try to understand why the person is saying what they are saying. Even if you know the only thing you can do to somebody who says that what you're doing is not working, do you know the only thing you can do? Make it work. That's all. Do you know that is the only answer? Somebody says this thing you're doing is not the best, it will not work. The only answer you have is to make it work. Because when you make it work, revolution will not make it. Revolution will not work. All Sowore has to do is to make sure that revolution happens. and it works. Because guess what? If it works, we will all benefit. Somebody says what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing will not work. ESN. And I need you to understand. I need us to understand. It is, look within you, look around us. It is even within us. It's not everybody that agrees with ESN. Uchemefo is talking every day. Do you understand? That's it. But
please, we're talking about the living, not the dead.
hey, he has cut again. So what I'm trying to say is, let us keep pursuing what we are pursuing and let it work. When it works, we will see that it has worked. Other people will still come out. Oh, it's not only Sunday Igboho. We are expecting that more people will come out. But instead of all of us hoping for who will come out tomorrow and will still join and will promote, let us embark on a massive. One thing everybody has agreed is that once we have a massive revolution, all of this thing will be over. Everything will be over completely. And at all. Anyway, let me read something. Somebody says, the other day you guys said Great Edo Empire is Biafra. To those of you that still have grandparents, go ask them about Edo Kingdom before the British came to invade that nation and gave us to Nigeria. Anyway, the main thing that I wanted to bring out today, and I'm glad we all seem to agree, is there is need for a massive revolution. Whatever name you want to use for it, there is a need for a massive uprising. Go ahead, caller on the line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, this is Victor again, calling from Ireland.
Go ahead, Victor.
Yes, good. You guys got to realize that Showore doesn't pull any crowd anymore. You know, so Showore's revolution. I think the best thing for Showore is to concentrate on Sahara Report. And write everything that's happening in Nigeria, about everything that is happening in Nigeria, all the impunities, you know. But if all the freedom fighters are depending on Showore to lead the struggle, they will be embarrassed.
No, nobody. And my brother, see, thank you for speaking on my show, but I totally don't accept that. Let me tell you why I don't accept that. I know Showore more than you. I know the effort that he has put into this struggle. You're entitled to your opinion, but something I don't take from people is when I know you are not there with him. Right now, I don't know where you are. Probably you're outside the country. Showore is right now as we speak in Nigeria. He's going through no light, going through all of that. His beautiful wife is in the US. His 2 children are there. You think it's a joke? It's not a joke. He's not trying to look for popularity. That's what I told somebody. It's not about who follows them. There are times when the struggle is not, even when there are only 2 people. Go and read Martin Luther King. If you think a mission will succeed because of how many people are following you, then you miss the point. Go and ask. Let me tell you something. Leadership is lonely. There are times when the people that you start with will abandon you. Go and ask Mazi Nnamdi Kanu how many people he started with. So let us not judge people like that. Okay, so if he's losing numbers, fine. That's not what it's all about. He did his best, and no freedom. Nobody is depending on him. He's not asking anybody to depend on him. His job is to say it out there. This is what I believe to the best of my ability, and he has not told you that it's either his way or nothing else. He said, I think that the best thing is for a revolution. If you don't think that is the best thing, come up with your own idea and we will follow you. That's really what it is.
I agree with you.
But for you to come, for you to expect that when you say Showore should just go and just write Sahara Report, that's insulting. And not for somebody who has been in this struggle for 30 years, giving his life in prison. he just got his nose broken the other day,
Yes.
and
I understand.
they nearly killed him. You know, come on now. Somebody will leave America, leave his business, leave all of that. You know how much he would be making? Then he's in a place where they are guiding him. They follow him with guns every day. You don't know who's going to shoot him. He's dodging bullets. Come on, let's put these things in perspective before we drop a sentence.
Yes.
The most we can say is that we don't agree with him, which we're entitled to. But you cannot summarize somebody's 30 years in the struggle.
Yes. I understand what.
When you hear that Nigeria police arrested you, look, you don't understand. You think when Nigeria police arrest you that it's just this thing, they say, please give us your hand. They put hand. When you hear that Nigeria police took you from protest, do you know what they go? They kick you. They kick you in the stomach. They put you in a room where mosquito will bite. Have you been in a cell in Nigeria? Take off your use. He has pulled inside the same room. Somebody that lives in New York. Come on now. These are the kind of things that I don't like when people say it.
I understand what you're saying, man. I get you. Don't take it personal. It's just
because I know him and I'm part of the struggle. Yes, that's why I want people to keep it. Just keep it. You know, let's keep it on the struggle. You may not agree with him, but yeah.
Okay. See, I'm in support of revolution. You know, I'm really in support of that. But my point is that if the revolution is coming from Showore, it won't be that effective, you know, because I listened to Showore the other day on Moyegun's platform, and I have to tell you, I'm really very appreciative of Moyegun's technique, because Moyegun allowed him to say everything he wanted to say. Moyegun didn't oppose him, but after the interview with Showore, Moyegun made his own point. For example, Showore was telling people not to go to war, apparently teaching us how to react with all the impunity happening in Nigeria. And mind you, if Showore is a threat to Buhari and the government in Nigeria,
you're going to say another thing now.
No.
You said no. You started your sentence. You started your sentence by saying that if Showore is a threat to Buhari's government, so you believe Showore is not a threat.
Well, he used to be.
So he used to be, and then it got to a point. He took bribe. What happened?
Okay, no, I'm not saying he took bribe. Don't get me wrong. You know, you're putting words in my. I'm not saying he took bribe.
Okay, I will let you talk, but let me make this sentence, and it will help you. I will let you talk. Let me make this sentence, and I will let you talk. Let me tell you something. There are people who go into things and they are not genuine. You are not God. The most a human being can do is his best. All you can do is your best. When you have done your best, you leave the rest to God. There was a time, see, Showore will not start. If you change and you turn and you flip-flop because you look at your phone and your this thing has reduced, then you are missing the point. Sometimes God himself takes you through certain periods in your life. He's watching you. You're being tested. Even Jesus Christ, there was a time when you think Jesus Christ was always popular. You think massive crowd followed him. At the point of his death, how many people were there? I'm trying to tell us that is a wrong way to view these things. Even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I said it before, there are times when it's not by the crowd. Look, I'm an entertainer. I have had times when I'll perform on stage. A lot of people will be there. They will scream your name. You'll be so popular. There are times when nobody will even come to you. When I started this program, when I started talking about Biafra and this thing, there was a time when there were only very few of us. When I'm doing my streaming now, I'll have like 1,000 people. At a point, I'll have like only 30 people talking. But it will not change me. All I can do is deliver what I believe is the truth, and in all sincerity. There are times when somebody is reigning. Somebody will reign. Another person will reign. It's not always your time. But you must remain that's the most difficult thing to do.
I'm not saying that Showore has not been helping. Showore has done a lot. Even Showore, I appreciate. Look, listen. I know Showore is. I commend Showore for all the things he has done in the struggle. You know, so don't get me wrong. But what I really want, I want people to pull their effort together. Because if you ask me now, I believe Showore is one of the one Nigerian now. Showore still believe in one Nigeria.
Okay. There, I'm gonna stop you again because see, I don't like when you. Okay, let me explain to you. One Nigeria means that leave Nigeria the way it is, so don't disturb it. Oh, please, everything is okay. Don't rattle it at all. Has Showore ever told you that? Okay, now listen again. So listen again. When somebody tells you to have a revolution, what does a revolution do to a country? Tell me, paint the picture of a country that goes through revolution. What happens? What happens to its military? What happens to police? What happens to the governors? What do they do to the senators? What happens in a revolution? Do you understand what happens in a revolution?
I understand what you're saying, but
answer now. What happens in a revolution?
It doesn't necessarily mean the end of the government. The revolution can end to reform. Because after revolution, a country can reform.
Okay, so listen to me. Did you watch the program between Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Dele Momodu? Did you watch
I did.
Did you hear when Dele Momodu asked Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? He said, Kanu, what if there is a change in this government of today? Would you still be agitating for Biafra? What did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say? If you watch that program, what did he say?
I think Nnamdi Kanu said that we have been waiting for change for this long, that it's too late for change. What we want now is freedom for everybody to go his separate ways.
No. Then you didn't watch the program. Let me tell you what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said.
Okay, what did Nnamdi Kanu say then?
Nnamdi Kanu said that if there was to be equity, if you were to give my people what belongs to them, if this was to happen, he knows it is not possible, but peradventure, all that was to happen, and you were to conduct a referendum, and in that referendum, majority of the people said they are going to stay where they are. Now he doesn't have any options. What does that tell you? What does that tells you? That these things, you just have to do what you have to do. Does that mean that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is preaching for Nigeria to stay by saying that? No. Do you hear Showore tell you that when you have a constitution that recognizes... Okay, let me ask you one question now. How are you going to conduct our referendum? How are we going to conduct it?
Mind you, if the referendum is conducted by the current INEC, just forget about it.
Who will conduct the referendum?
Well, we have to make the rules guiding we have to decide if you're going to hold a referendum, it has to be voted and the result will be announced at the station
where?
Wherever the station.
No. When you begin to say wherever, you're not talking in detail. I want you to focus. You need to come in. Okay, let's be practical here. And this is the way people don't like me to discuss, and they think I don't support what we're doing. I'm trying to make you understand that when you use your mouth to say referendum, you have to understand that referendum will have to be conducted by the government of the day. And this government will not conduct a referendum for you. United Nations will say yes. So listen.
It will have to be conducted by the government of the day, but then we have to know the guidelines. You cannot just say,
Okay, let me explain to you. And this is where all of us, including Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, stands. So what we are saying is that this government of the day will not give us a referendum. Forget about it. The Senate of Nigeria will never sit down to approve. Instead, they will go and threaten them that they will kill them, and they will say no. So this government cannot conduct that referendum. It must be by a fight. And that's what Showore told you. There is no way you can get this thing except by fighting. Now you want to put, listen, Showore is Showore. He does what he believes in. You cannot sit down and be telling Showore, I want you to say that there has to be a war. If you want to say that, start your own, fine, but don't put that into it. Let him speak it the way he wants to speak it. I gave you a proverb. You're an Igbo man. On Abano, what are the rules for fighting? When you're going to fight with somebody, you remove your shirt. What are the rules? Does somebody tell you don't hit him in the mouth? Oh?
Brother Chief, I understand what you're saying. My point is,
so it is the same. You have agreed with me, and we have all agreed that at this point in time, it is only by.
You're getting the impression that I hate Showore.
I don't say that you hate Showore at all, 100%. I'm just saying that we mix the point by it is so cheap. It's so cheap for you to say Showore believes in one Nigeria, defending Nigeria, saving. No, what Showore told you is that so that we can have that referendum, we need to get rid of all of those people there. When we get rid of them, exactly what you're saying will happen. Then we will be the ones to determine how that referendum will be conducted. Remember, when we are in charge. So
you remember when
you hear Nigeria, let me tell you why you keep hearing Nigeria. It's because right now, it is the name that we are called now. That is the platform we are operating on. It's just not to confuse things. Showore told you in that program that look, inside our head, we have all seceded. Everybody has left Nigeria since. But for ease of identification, when you're talking with somebody now and you say they kidnap people, we believe in Biafra, but won't you use the word that they kidnap people in Nigeria? Is that what you're going to say? Exactly. So you're going to say they kidnap people in Nigeria. If you say, oh, people of the Middle Belt, where will you say they are operating? You say they are trying to inside Nigeria. So that's what we are saying.
Good. I get what you mean. See, for example, you remember Senator Dokubo wanted to, what did he say about Biafra? He said he announced Biafra or whatever. And the government said that they became a thief. Your man said he went to, when he heard that Osari Dokubo announced Biafra, he went to sleep. You know? So I'm just giving you, just to give you, as far as I'm concerned, right now, the most impactful, the people that make the most effective impact in this struggle is Nnamdi Kanu, and from the west is Sunday Robo, or whatever they call
Sunday
it.
Boho. But
yeah,
but my brother, look at the mistake I don't want us to make. This is not a popularity contest.
It's true. I'm just saying most impact.
I'm just telling you what we have said. What we have said is this thing is even beyond Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. God forbid right now, if they kill Omoyele Sowore, I pray that revolution now will not stop. If peradventure they kill, listen to me. If peradventure they kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I pray that the agitation for Biafra should not stop. If peradventure they kill Sunday Igboho, I am hoping that the agitation for Oduduwa Republic started before Sunday Igboho now. Do you understand? So we must stop making this a popularity contest. That's the problem that I have. It's not Sunday Igboho came now. We jump up for Sunday Igboho. If somebody comes with, see, whoever will bring it, let the person bring it. But between me and you, if every other person does half 1/10 of what people like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing, Sunday Igboho, Sowore, but what we are doing is 200,000 of us will look at Sowore and say, come, yesterday you did this, now you're not doing it again. So what I think is, Sowore, listen to me, bring out your pen and paper. What I want
I
you to
called
do
in,
now.
and most of the time you are the one talking. I
Okay,
called in, and most of the time.
talk.
See, all I'm trying to say is that I don't hate Showore. I appreciate what he did, what he's doing with the Sahara report. You know, but if we are hoping, if everybody puts up this hope on Showore in his revolution now, you might end up having the same effect Asari Dokubo had when he declared Biafra to the government. So we just don't want to be embarrassed. In fact, actually, I like a situation where people will have the same agenda, put their resources, put their effort together, and work under one umbrella. You know,
I didn't cut him off. Probably. I hope he's one calling back. Hello. I lost him there. I'm hoping he'll call back. We lost the last caller. I'm gonna try to call him just so he doesn't think that I cut him off. Hello?
Yeah, thanks for calling back. What happened?
I don't know. You tell me. You just tripped off. That's why I called you back. I didn't cut you off.
Very good. Very good. Thanks for calling back. Now,
we've talked for a long time. If you can summarize, there's so many people calling in.
Very good. Okay, thank you for the opportunity. See, what I'm saying is, I appreciate what Tomorrow is doing. I like the effort he has made so far. But I don't want a situation where you put your hope on Showore and he will end up having the same effect after the Okubo had on the government when he declared Biafra and the government decided to relax a little.
Okay,
you know?
I understand.
It's better with every effort you do. We have to have one objective. That Nigeria is the best thing is to everybody go on his own. Do you think all this corruption, do you think all this stealing and all this money being embezzled, do you think if Biafra has his own sovereignty, you can just go in and eat money like that? Or if Yoruba are on their own, you just go and embezzle public funds like that?
Okay, no, you just asked me a question. You just asked me a question.
So the best approach, Showore has done his bit. Let him focus on Sahara report and write the stuff he's writing, which I commend. You know, all this revolution now, someone else will think about revolution. The day a real revolution will spring up, you'll be surprised where it will be coming from. It might be from Sunday Urobo, you know. So okay. I just don't want that situation where
you see why I mean you called in and I allowed you to call. You see, I gave you all the time to call, but you cannot come to my program and then you tell me you insult Showore and because that's just a polite insult for you to look at everything he has achieved and you say he should go and it's insulting. But you cannot. You've not done what Showore has done. Not even 1/3 of it. So what you can do is respect him for what he has done. Air your own opinion, but don't come and insult him and say he should go and. Do you know? So let's leave it there, my brother. You've aired your own opinion. There's another thing I want to tell you. You say that. You say no. Wait now, brother. I let you talk. See. You talked about that in Biafra and Oduduwa Republic, nobody will do anything. Everything will be perfect. Right now, inside IPOB, what just happened? What just happened just how many weeks ago? With Uchemefo? Is that inside Biafra? Have we even gotten Biafra? No, you answer now. What happened at the British? You don't know what happened. You don't know what Uchemefo did.
I know what happened. But
okay, that is number one. Let me ask you another question. The people that went in front of the British Council, the British High Commission, to do protest, where are they from?
your example doesn't represent what I'm saying.
You know, why I gave you that example. Let me explain now. Let me explain to you why I gave you that example.
There's opposition in everything. I understand that.
So if there is opposition in everything, so sometimes my brother, sometimes you see what we fail to do. We leave that big stone in our eye and we are drinking Panadol for another person's headache. Me and you, we are Biafrans. Inside this our Biafra struggle, we even have problems. But we have made sure who is doing his own thing in his own side, our biggest problem. And in order to defend that, we say that when we have Biafra, everything will not be perfect. There will still be a struggle inside. If you enter Biafra agitation thinking that everything will be perfect, then you're joking.
Did you not hear when Shoro said that us in diaspora, we cannot, that those people, they are the ones in Nigeria that will tell you, well, we have to learn, we have to go by what they say because they are the ones in Nigeria.
So your problem.
Did you not hear when Shoro said that?
So your problem. When you say you're defending,
when Shoro says something, everybody.
Did you hear me? Did you hear me when I said? I told you before. Shore is a man. Shore is responsible for what he says. I'm not his spokesperson. You have to understand me. All I have told you. Let me explain, because you did not even understand what I'm saying. You did not understand what I'm saying, my brother. And I've given you so much time to talk on my program. You have to appreciate that. What I am saying, let me define it if you don't understand. I've told you, Shore is not God. Shore can make mistakes. Any day he has an opportunity, he's talking, there are some questions that he may be able to answer for himself. But I've told you that for you, just the same thing, the same way that if somebody does not agree with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and that person comes and tells me, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should just go back to where he is, and he should just go and mind his business and just go and take care of his wife and children, I will tell that person to shut up. It is you that's off to yourself again, it's not me. But if you're listening to me, last call, I think you should listen to me on the program. So caller on the line, you're calling from Nigeria. Just hold on 1 second, please. Hold on 1 second. So the last caller, what I was trying to tell you is that, please, what I'm saying is that these people who are freedom fighters, Shorel, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Igboho, and so many that will still come after them, we must learn to respect them. If you have not gone through what they have gone through, don't just come and stand and just talk anyhow about them. On that note, I'm going to take the next caller. Caller, you're calling from Nigeria. Tell us your name and where you're calling. Oh, well, you're already calling from Nigeria. Well, go ahead.
My name is Olani. I'm calling from Nigeria.
Go ahead, sir.
A lot of people are saying something about separation, and one thing a revolutionary comment, one thing we try to let everybody know is, irrespective of you want to separate, the same people that are killing the Nigeria will be the person that will separate with you. The same people that are doing the massacre will be the people that will separate with you. Now, do we want to separate so that you go and continue the oppress, which will be oppressing people in your own kingdom, or you want us to have a revolution so that everybody can separate and have a better country and a better society? Sure is not calling for revolution for his own personal reason, because I think somebody says there's something that Sure should go and focus on the Sahara reporters. Where was the person when Sure was in university? No. Because he was trying to fight for the rights of other students.
No, anybody can come and say what they like. It's okay.
No, and the thing is, we need to know what we stand in, and we need to know our enemy. Our enemy is the government. that we should put that is our enemy. We should forget about any other person and focus on having a better revolution.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you for calling. Thank you very, very much. I want to do a small diagram that will help us. The caller from Nigeria. Hello, caller on the line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chinyere. I'm calling from Maryland, USA.
Go ahead, Chinyere.
Yes. So I'm glad that I was really hoping so bad that you would debunk some of the you would debunk the interview that took place on Maya Goon's diary political program with Shore, because there were some things that I didn't understand, and I've gotten that clarity because when he kept saying revolution, I wasn't really in my mind. Whenever I hear revolution, I'm thinking of war, for example. But I'm glad that you've cleared what he means by that in terms of civil disobedience, and as you continue to push, of course, these demons will attack, but one way or the other, it's still going to be bloody, because these people don't want to hear any again about trying to push back against them. One of the things that I'm not completely clear about is he did mention that it's best to do the cleanup from the grassroots, which is number one, revolution, and then finding a way to, in the process of that revolution, eliminating all the bad eggs that we have, who are our political leaders. So that's one. The other, so I did understand that, but the part that I didn't understand a little bit is I felt like he was saying that, okay, after the revolution, then more than likely there might not, then the constitution will need to be rewritten, and then more than likely we will not have the need to want to go our separate ways. So there might not be a need for Oduduwa on Biafra, but if people decide to go that way, then that will be it. So the part so to me, help me clarify this opportunity.
Yeah, let me help you clarify it.
Doesn't that mean that he's still hoping for that one Nigeria? I guess that's what some of the colors are. Might say, oh, he's a one Nigerianist. Even though I've understood that he said, look, everybody's mentally gone from Nigeria.
Okay.
But I think it's still kind of like, yeah.
You know what I would have loved to do, and I would ask Dr. Erica to help me. I'm going to try to go fish out the you see, people like me, probably because I am into this thing, I breathe it, I'm in it, I analyze it, I understand where everybody is coming from. And you have to understand there are two ways to this thing. It's just like a kitchen. When you go inside the kitchen, the way the food is not the same way that the people that eat in the restaurant, that's not what they see. You know what I'm saying? When you're in the front part of the restaurant, the food is finished and is brought out for you, and you eat it and you like it. Now, for the people in the kitchen, that's not what they see. They see fire, they see raw gari, and it's that's not the same thing. They get the raw meat, all that. They see it from a different perspective. So sometimes when we try to explain to you the situation in the kitchen, you may not be able to relate it with the finished food that you see in front. And I'm hoping that the last caller will be able to listen on the program. Please, the last caller, just hold on, everybody. Hold on. Let me please just try to deal with this question. So her question was, the person calling on WhatsApp, could you just hold on? Just hold on, please. Just hold on. So when Showore was talking about I lost my line of thought now. I lost my. He was talking about yeah, that doesn't it mean that Showore still believes in Nigeria? And I was going to say that I wish I could go and pull out that video of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's interview with Dele Momodu. You have to understand that this whole thing started peacefully. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu actually used to hold the Nigerian flag in UK and be speaking. Please, sir, can you hold on? Call me back later. Just hold on. Or call back. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu used to campaign for peace in Nigeria. He used to support all of that. But at the point where he saw that that was not working, he changed his strategy. He said, look, since you people are not willing to allow equity in that country, since you people will continue to marginalize my people, since you people will continue to oppress my people, you know what? We want out. We don't want to do anymore. We don't want to do anymore. Now, in doing that, it continued to graduate. It continued to move. Dele Momodu asked Nnamdi Kanu, see, when you have a referendum, and that referendum, the vote is that more people say we should stay back. What Mazi Nnamdi has said, as any good leader, listen to his answer, is that when there is a referendum and the people by themselves say that they don't want to go anywhere, they want to remain, what choice does he have? That's what he has to say. But he is confident that if there was to be a referendum, the people will choose wisely. And why? What is he doing to make sure that the people choose wisely? As a good leader, he keeps on teaching people. He keeps on showing them why they must choose to stay on their own. He just has to keep on saying that. Omoyele Sowore on his side is throwing an option before you. What he's trying to tell you is that the reason why there is agitation, the reason for all of this trouble, it is still pinched on injustice. It is injustice that is making everybody fight. What are we fighting for? Freedom. From what? From oppression. If you allow the people of the East to share their oil, if you allow the people of the East to take care of their own thing, they don't bloody care. If you like, call them any. See, you don't get it. If in Nigeria right now you decide that all the oil blocks, that the people of Eastern Nigeria should be the ones in charge of their resources, they know what to do. What do people say? They say, "Rap offend na moto, buy na moto." That means leave the name they call the car, enter the car. Call it Zoological Republic, call it Nigger Republic, call it anything. If you were to apportion to the people what is their right, nobody will even remember what name you're answering. So what Sowore is trying to tell you is that the reason for all of the agitation is because of injustice. All of the fight is hinged on. I wish people will understand this thing. But just like they would also say in Igbo, nobody adroma bulundinze. Why do I talk like this to you? To let you know that I am a son of the soil. What it means is that when the place is not in order, when there is disarray and confusion, it is the bad leaders that gain most. They like it that way. They like all the confusion. So what Sowore was trying to say is that the people, that's why I made, maybe I should now use, that's why I made this diagram. You see this diagram here? This is the north, this is the west, this is the east. Inside this north, south, east, there are bad people. Bad people everywhere. Everybody has enough bad people. Bad people are all of these people in this color. They are there everywhere. This is the whole Nigeria. this is the whole night. But there are bad people everywhere. There are bad people. What Showore was saying is that if you conduct a revolution, everybody, and we get rid of all of these people, then we can now decide for ourselves which way are we going. It is whichever way you look at it, there is still going to, even within Biafra, it is still going to be governed by a constitution. It's still going to be governed by a set of rules. You're still going to have to come out with a constitution that says this is how we are going to relate with these other people. So why do people get it wrong? Nobody knows what will happen tomorrow. So you must approach this thing with either this or this way. If this happens this way, fine. If it doesn't happen this way, fine. We're going to ask for peace. But when we are extending a hand of peace and you carry something and you knock us, who knows? Who knows? There's no need for me to even come here and be telling you what I will do. Why? You want to hear it from my mouth? Oh, you want to hear it from my mouth? I don't know what I will do. I don't know. But I am going to approach it from the point that, oh no, I put somebody on hold on WhatsApp. I think I should give them an opportunity. Sorry, my brother, go ahead and talk on WhatsApp. But they might cut you off. But just go ahead.
Hello.
Please. Hello, sir.
Hello. My name is Ejike. I'm calling from California.
Go ahead.
I hope I'm coming out clear.
You're coming out clear.
Yeah, Bro Chid, I think I disagree with you in some certain things.
It's okay.
We all know that Nigeria is not going to work.
Okay.
Even if we are talking about evolution or restructuring, the restructuring is not going to restructure the brain of Fulani man killing you. Now we are talking about survival, which is very, very important.
Yes.
Somebody who is dead cannot go for it. Hallelujah. So, and concerning Showore, I was preview to some of that interview. I think Showore have got it completely wrong. You want revolution. Revolution have to do with blood. People have to. There's going to be a bloodshed.
And that's what you hear him. You know, I'm going to play this. I'm going to play this after you. After you, I'll play the video.
Okay.
No,
go
ahead.
I want to say something. He said revolution because why he's contradicting himself. He said revolution. Revolution is going to involve blood because you can see what happened in Lekki Tollgate. Then he said people calling for agitation, there may be war, and these people can be picked up from the money they are donating for this war. That is where I was so mad with Showore. You can't say everybody, let us all of us go to Hague. All of us go to, he said they can be picked up. But one thing I observe, Showore has been so much intimidated that he's kind of playing soft to come out from Nigerian net. He have to acknowledge this. They have so much intimidate him. They have so much bring him down that he's in a position of confused mind. He don't know what to say anymore. That's what I'm saying. This is my own opinion. Now, anybody telling you revolution and this and that, Nigeria should go for total breakage. Because if you go for any other thing less than total breakage, we're all going to die. Mark, I'm telling you, they're going to kill all of us. Because these people are not going to give in.
Okay.
Anything they are doing now is just to lure us to that peaceful mind of security. As soon as we all settle down and think that everything is going to work based on the revolution or restructuring, these people are going to wipe us out of the face of the earth.
Thank you, my brother.
Have it in mind.
Thank
Whether
you,
Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa, everybody should rise and break Nigeria to save life. That's the only solution.
Okay, you see what we are doing. You see what we're doing, and see, I've allowed you to talk. Listen, I think we accuse somebody of the same thing, then we turn around and say the same thing that we accuse the person of. Showore says we should all rise up and attack these people through a revolution. Wait now.
How can you attack somebody without war?
So listen now, that's exactly what it's akwasi na onye atụọla inu kọwalịa ya ịma na ego eji gonne ya Egoji, Northern near Nani. There are, you are, where are you? Where are you, my brother? Where are you based?
I'm in California.
And Showore is in Nigeria as we speak, surrounded by military and DSS.
Yes.
Okay, you can talk freely anything you would like, right? And you are here telling him.
No,
I see.
I understand what you are saying.
No, you don't understand. No, you don't understand.
There are some things you have to. Our people need to understand.
So wait now. I asked you. You know why I asked that question? You know why I asked that question? You know why I asked that question? You know why I'm going to play it? You know why I asked you that question? Because you are safely where you are, and you know what to do, and you can go back to Nigeria and fight with ESN. But you are not. You are in California where you are, and you're giving order to somebody that's in Nigeria, right inside that place, telling him what to do. No, he has chosen what to say and what to do based on his situation. But you have analyzed it. You know it is the wrong thing to say. There's something that you must do. I support ESN. I contribute money to ESN.
The same thing with
I'm a Biafran, and I am still talking. Before even now, you think I don't know that the Nigerian government already earmarked me? You think I don't know that the Canadian government is watching me? You see me with mustard like this on the internet. Don't you understand? We know what we're doing. It's not child's play. So even Showore himself understands. What I don't like is for us to come and say we understand what he's saying. And what he's saying, you use some strong words. That's where I disagree. You say he's been compromised. He's been intimidated. You, my brother, you would actually, in all sincerity, look at Showore and everything he goes through with Nigerian government, and you will say that he's intimidated. Right from his protest to now, you think he's intimidated, and you are not even in Nigeria. What I will say for us is, I'm going to play that video. I've heard what you have a right to your own opinion. My own is appeal. Appeal doesn't mean you must take it. All I'm saying is that these guys, not only Showore, all of them, when we begin to talk about them, we have a right to agree or disagree, but let's always do that against the background of who these people are and what they have done. You cannot throw away 30 years of their struggle because they said something you didn't like, and then in one sweep, you say the person has been compromised.
I want to say something. I will go.
Say.
Showore in that interview said that people who are agitating, they have not even do the reconsultation, and that is another thing we all making mistake. Somebody come into your house to rape your mother or your child, and you want to consult somebody to fight the person. It doesn't. If we see anywhere there is good thing somebody is doing, like how Biafrans are supporting Igboho. If you see anywhere somebody is doing something good, you don't need to consult. You know that this thing is the good thing to do. You join them, not to say, you have to make consultation for you to do a good thing. I don't see it happening anywhere.
Let me ask you a question. My brother.
No, before you ask me.
Okay.
For him to make the comment that people who are agitating have not even consulted. I don't think it's right.
You disagree with him, right?
Yes, on that one.
Good.
Yes.
So do you now see what I'm saying? That is how I want you to talk. I am not begging you to agree with Showore. Do you get what I'm saying? That's the point. You see, when you put it that way, it makes more sense. You see the way you outlined it, that for him to say this and say this, I disagree with him. Beautiful, because he's a human being. Who told you that he knows it all? I don't think Showore knows it all. I don't think so. I think I probably know about Biafra more than Showore. That's what I tell him. Do you understand what I'm saying? Remember the meeting that they had in New York? You saw me at that meeting, right? Okay. So there are things that I am the one that can do. But you can only disagree with him, but you cannot now summarize everything he is, the totality of what is it. If somebody says what you don't agree with, you don't agree with it, you state your own and you keep going. That's the point I'm making. The same thing with people who come to me and say, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did this or did this. Okay, it's just like me now saying that because Showore said something about people supporting Biafra, I'll just say, no, I don't support Biafra anymore. Does it make sense to you? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I understand.
It gets to a point where it becomes a personal thing for everybody. As a human, and that's what I encourage people to do. As a human being, you must reason for yourself. You must have your own ideology. You must disagree, and you must agree to disagree. But at the end of the day, don't lose focus. But what I see that happens to us is, today, you see this Sunday Igboho, oh God help him. If Sunday Igboho makes any mistake tomorrow, the same people today that are praising him will turn around.
For Sunday Igboho, I'm not taking anything about him because right now he have not even been tested and trusted.
Good. Thank you very, very much, my brother.
Anything can happen because
exactly, and there can be.
We all have to go through this intimidation.
There can be new people. There's something that Showore said in that interview, if you also remember. Showore said that Sunday Igboho got angry and he said, "Oh, Ooni of Ife did this." Showore said the same thing. When Sunday Igboho was confronted, what did he do? He lay down on the ground and I apologized. So now we are thinking, does it mean the thing you said are not true?
Wrong.
Do you understand? Or do you just say the apology just because you want to win favor?
This is one thing that have made Nnamdi Kanu start strong. Because
exactly.
It doesn't matter who. When you do wrong, you do wrong. It doesn't matter you are elder or a young man.
Let me tell you what Nnamdi Kanu does, and some people think it is pride. The same Nnamdi Kanu that went to Dele Momodu's show and they had a good rapport and everything. The same Nnamdi Kanu came and published the names of people he felt helped Buhari come to power. Was Dele Momodu's name not in that list?
It was.
Good. Did he apologize for that list?
No.
Showore's name was in that list too. Did he apologize?
No.
Few days later, Dele Momodu and Mazi Ezeoke in Ginger Media, they hosted Nnamdi Kanu and so many other people too. Nnamdi Kanu was there. The same people. What does that tell you? Now, the same Nnamdi Kanu that said Showore, Dele Momodu, he tweeted that this is what we need now, revolution now. Nnamdi Kanu tweeted it. The same Nnamdi Kanu will say,
yeah, but you know,
see, I'm trying to make a point. I'm trying to make a point.
We are getting confused.
The point I'm trying to. Showore said that we are in a period of revolutionary confusion. We have to accommodate ourselves, my brother. We are all very, very, very annoyed. We have had it to hear. We are all, that is anyhow it don't do us. We have had it.
If we miss it this time, we're not gonna get it again.
The same thing we said during NSAS, but you saw that we missed it.
The NSAS, let me tell you, the NSAS is one thing I try to tell people. That's why I stand with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on total breakage. If we continue like this, we're not gonna get it. We can have alliance in the future, and we can come as a union. We can have a union later. But for us to go our way, we reduce the tension and make people feel sense of belonging and security. When you have a good sense of belonging and security, you regain your self-confidence. You can now start looking for people that have the same value with you.
Let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you the good thing about me and you and where we stand on things. At least we agree that there is need to keep fighting for Biafra. So let us keep that. Let us give it our support. Let us give it our best. And every other thing is distraction. If somebody says that you cannot make it, what is the only proof that the person is wrong? Is it not for you to make it?
Yes.
So isn't that where you should focus? That's how. That's what I think it is very important. But thank you so much for calling in, my brother. Take care,
Thank you
right?
very much. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. I know I've stayed almost how many hours today? Oh my goodness, we've stayed 3 hours on this program. Can you believe it? And yet, I want to actually play this Maya Goons tape. I'm going to jump. I don't know what we are going to hear, but I'm going to jump. Whatever we hear, that's just the part that I picked. I didn't arrange it. I'm just going to play it from. I think this is where I stopped watching also, but I'm just going to play it from here. It's about 1 hour. So I'll just be jumping for benefit of those of you who have not heard. I'm just going to play.
When I came back, we started revolution now. I was arrested and kept in detention for 5 months. None of our colleagues in the UK, US, or the diaspora in general believed that in 2019, a Nigerian citizen would be arrested and detained under a democratic government for 5 months. So look at massive loss of faith in the system. If it happened to me, and I'm still trapped in Nigeria as we speak, what do you expect others to feel? So a lot of them started feeling, look, we try to bring hope to our homeland. We try to bring change to our homeland. We wanted democracy to our homeland. We brought personal sacrifice to our homeland. But look at the letdown. And they started looking for salvation elsewhere. You understand? But you remember in 2018 when we were running, the people who would be opposed to me on these platforms were our Biafran brothers. I've mentioned it before. They said, Biafra will be realized by 2020. Some of them say 2019. Why waste our time voting for you in an election? We are in 2021. We haven't been able to achieve that. And I'm not blaming them for it. I'm just saying that the Nigerian state and these operators and the political class are not going to give up on Nigeria. This is the most profitable entity in the world where you don't have to do anything and you can make it overnight, regardless of your race, because you could be white. In fact, if you are white, you make it faster here. Regardless of your ethnic background, you can be Ibibio. If you know the right person in Abuja, you can buy 5 Mercedes-Benz overnight and own an estate. Regardless of your religious background, you can be a Christian and make it in Nigeria. And you can, if you're a Muslim and the person who is in charge of the government is Muslim, it's even better for you. So that is Nigeria for you. The people who run Nigeria as their private estate will not give up on Nigeria just like that. So I've explained to you the position of the diaspora, because most of the people in diaspora who are now asking for breakup, some of them were our supporters.
Absolutely.
For them, some of them were even saying it during the election, that if our support for you doesn't yield results, we are going to go in a different direction. So do you blame them? No. As for those on the ground, where I have been for the last almost 2 years, don't deceive yourself to say that they are not following what is going on. These are the same people that carried out NSAS, young people.
That's right.
And the NSAS movement, with whatever limitations they might have had, that's a conversation for another day, shook the establishment in this country like it has never happened before in history. I think NSAS has the biggest volume of mass protests or mass uprising in Nigeria. During my lifetime, now I've done protests for 30 years. I've been in several protests in the last 30 years consistently, both at home and abroad. So you cannot write them off. You can't say that we should completely give up on people at home, because there's a lot of social and political consciousness that is also crawling in. It may not be happening as fast as you expect, but it amounts to something, in my view, that all these efforts that we've made, through Revolution Now, August 2019, Revolution Now, August 2020, Revolution Now, October 1, You remember when Revolution Now had a remembrance or a repeat in 2020, Femi Adesina went on Channels TV and said it was a child's play.
I remember.
Yes. And then that's
21
really
days later, 21 days later, they were busy killing people.
Yes.
It wasn't child's play anymore.
It wasn't child's play anymore. So that's the way to look at so many of these things. So, but the point to make to you as a way of resting this, the answer to your question, is to say that, look, a lot of people are disillusioned. But I also have a duty as someone who's lived abroad and at home now for quite some time that don't let us, overhype our traditional ways of doing things.
Well,
because I saw that migration towards we're going to have Ududua Republic, we're going to have, and it felt like it was going to happen overnight. But I kept warning and advising those I know that this is not going to happen. It's, look, the Nigerian state is not a Fulani state as people want us to believe. It's a rapacious state that has combination
a conglomeration.
Yes, criminal elements. Some of them Ijo, Yoruba, Fulani. But when it comes to the Fulani time, probably the Fulanis are more versed in the business of manipulation politically, or they have a mass that have become a victim of their kind of politics. But I'm not in any way here, and I want you to be very clear. I'm not making an ethnic statement. I don't believe in ethnicizing political problems because, as I've said so many times on your show, I have been in the inside world, as Fela would like to say it, where there are a lot of crazy people, and I've seen Yorubas treat me worse than Hausa people. I've seen Igbos beat me up. I've seen Hausas broke my nose. I've seen a Yoruba judge throw me in prison. The last time I went to a magistrate court, I was sent to prison by a Yoruba judge. That's January 1st. And she kept playing games on us. So the woman who sent Solomon Akuma to prison recently is a Yoruba judge. I'm not questioning her judgments. That's her right. But I'm just saying that if you look at the society, there's enough bad people from different parts of the country. And my solution, I've not had any cause to feel like a revolution will not work. I don't have any cause to feel that way. If I do, I would have changed my position. I'm humble enough to change my position. If I feel
let's define. One of the reasons why people don't tend to agree that there is other way than break up, like you pointed out, that people have the promoters of breaking up of Nigeria have not been forthcoming with a master plan or a move that is clear, divine, and all that. That seems to be different now. It's changing, right? How they're going to push that to the end, we are going to wait and see. But the disconnect I wanted to bring out here was that you've done it before, where people didn't look at you from where you come from, who you are, your age, or anything. They were more interested in what you can do and what you are qualified to do. So you spoke to people and they listened. Now that we have know that, we now know that we are probably done for in this whole business. Do you really still see yourself as somebody that can repeat? Repeat the take it back moment for something like this revolution? Because I believe too, something will have to shift. They're not going to give up easily. We're not just going to wake up and sleep and wake up and find Oduduwa Republic. Even those who are also saying that it could lead to war and all of that, they are just part of the fear of what is it going to be? Is it revolution? Is it war before breakup? And what can you say about what you can do, like repeating that take it back moment? were born into those things too, right? But it will get to some point where you just feel like, when is it going to end? Then they call us reactionary, and all of that. Okay. But we are worried that, like you said, when we go back home too, we can become victims, like everyone who is there every day, the victim of the rotten system. Then we see people like you who are standing up every day fighting it, and we see what they are doing to you. And we are also worried that if people like you are unable to make that change with everything that you are sacrificing or you've sacrificed, the lockup and all of that, yeah, if you're unable to make that change, one day people will no longer listen to that same government anymore. They will push back. And when they push back, that will be something probably completely out of hand, a civil war. Then where is the place of the diasporans then? Can we come back home? We would not be worried about our people. We only care about anything that will save their people. And that's why we're asking people like you, who have seen it, to tell us, what do we need to do? Where do we need to come in to avert anything that will probably lead to the real bloodshed?
I think the diaspora need to listen more to people at home.
Okay.
And we also need to understand the peculiarity of the situation of people who are at home. People at home are trapped, you know, and the diaspora must see itself as liberators. I know how the diaspora is. If you, with your voice, you push Nigeria to war today, you are still the ones who will clean up the mess, because you are the ones who have to move your families out to safety, even if it's a neighboring country. You are the one who will be donating money for refugees and people who are internally displaced in the country. So you have the capability to think through this. And what I'm saying is that instead of pushing Nigeria to war, push Nigeria to a revolution, because the revolution will be faster. When wars start, they don't last less than 20 years. Those of us who are 50 years old today, if we start war in Nigeria, we'll be 70 years old by the time the war will be ending. That's if we are alive. That's if we survive the war. But think about the 200 million people who will be trapped in war. And I'm not using war as a way of scaring people, right? I'm not afraid of war. I'm just saying that we don't need a war to fight to displace these people. We need a revolution. And the revolution will be quick, succinct, because if we can just put 10 million people on the streets, right, in a week, all these jokers will run away. Some of them by bicycle. They will be, during NSAS, governors were already thinking of leaving the country.
Many of them are already moving their families.
Because the policemen that were guarding them couldn't come to work, either either deliberately or, you know, logistically, they couldn't make it to work. I spoke to one of the governors extensively. They said they were already thinking that they were calling themselves as if this thing lasts one more week. Me, I know they for this system, and they go because I know I can't see my policemen. One governor told me that instead of about 150 policemen, he had only 5 left. They would call them and say they can't come to work, that they are trapped. There's no transportation, you know, to go to work. And they also believe that some of the policemen were supporting NSAS people, because it became a crime at that time to also wear police uniform.
I remember.
Yes. So if you do a revolution, we'll come up. They had it in Mali, 2 weeks. You know.
That's right.
The president of Mali was sent away. 2 weeks after he was sent away, he died of hypertension. Why would you allow useless people to hold you to ransom? Why go to war for no reason when you can solve this in a smaller way? Buhari will love for Nigeria to go to war. You understand? Because they will use that opportunity to settle scores in parts of the country. Yes. They will send soldiers, different types of soldiers to different parts of the country to start killing people. And it's the diaspora that will clean it up. I have no doubt. You are the ones who have to donate and send money to help the situation. Why would you expose yourselves to things that are unnecessary? There's no need for war. No need. It's a waste of time.
But what about the ongoing war I mean, this alien war that is sending people to refugee camps outside the country, in and outside the country. That one
It is
alone will revolution
well,
clear that.
it will, because we know the people who are causing the problem. And the moment they are dislocated, it's like breaking their stranglehold on your neck. You'll be able to breathe. We know them. We know the ones that are, all these governors. You think they are not part of the problem. They are happy now that you have lifted the burden off of them. It's what I tell people when they say, "Oh, restructure Nigeria, devolution of power." State governors don't allow power to devolve to local governments. There's no state in Nigeria today that allows local government elections to hold because of the money that they collect on behalf of local governments. When they say restructuring, I ask people, what do you want to restructure? Do you want people of Ekiti to come back to Ibadan as the headquarters of Europe? Do you want to reduce 5 states to 2 in the southwest? And then you go to the north when you restructure. The north will still have more states than you. So the problem you are running away from, you will still run into it. But what the revolution does is it resets and reprograms the system completely, such that people who are in power loses power, those who are not in power, there's democratization of power. Now, the most important power of the revolution is that it does not allow what used to be repeat itself. If it does, people will step up again and say, look, this is the nonsense we did the revolution for. You can't come back and do it again. So it disempowers the very cannibalistic, powerful people in your society. And it gives power to people who are regulated by the people. There's a regulatory system on your table. Anytime you are misbehaving, an alarm will sound, which will remind you that people can revolt again.
Now, we're going to take just a few seconds break, okay? So that we can take a drink, just a minute.
An hour. And it's an hour already.
That's why I want to take a break so that I can use the next 10, 15 minutes before you leave, okay? To get us wrapped up. I want to take one or two calls so that I can ask you direct questions too. But while we wait for that, give me a sec. We're going to go out. So we're going to go for a drink break. I will be back, my friends.
Okay, so that's where I'm also going to stop the interaction. I just had to show that video so that people will be able to make up their mind. There was a lot of things that were said in that video, and you just have to respect people when they have an opinion. That is their own opinion. That they don't agree with you doesn't mean that they are foolish. Okay. Some of you, if I ask you what is your opinion, and you don't even know what your opinion is. Okay, so let's make room for people when they don't say it exactly the way we see it. And a caller said an important thing when we talked about even Sunday Igboho. He said, this person has not been tested, though. Let's test him. Somebody else hearing what he said will now say, no, I don't like that. How dare he say something wrong about Sunday Igboho? No. Shore has been there for 30 years, 30 good years doing the same thing. Sunday Igboho has been around too, but not on this capacity. So while we pray for him that, he succeeds and he has genuine intentions, and if he's the one that will lead us to that revolution, please, may it happen. That is my prayer. And if there's any other person, because you may be out there and you don't even know, you've not discovered your calling, maybe it is you that will lead us to that promised land. If you're the one, please don't waste time. Come, because we need you. We are in a place of revolutionary confusion, as Samuel Eshore said it. But overall, I'm sure that God will still help us, and the devil will not overrun all of us. I thank you so much for being there. I thank you for your support. Let's just continue Let's continue doing what we're doing. Let's keep supporting all the people that let's support all the people who are in this freedom thing. If somebody keeps saying the same thing over and over and over again, no matter what happens, they stand where they stand. You have to start respecting them, because Showore has seen so many governments come and go. Showore is not moved by just flashes in the pan. That's why when he's saying some things, I don't take it casually. And my simple stand in all of this thing is that I support the Biafran agitation. I support it 100% based on the way Nigeria is. But I need someone to clear the obstacle that is preventing Biafra from having its agitation listened to. Because as far as the government of Nigeria is intact where they are without anybody shaking them through a revolution, it will be difficult for me and my Biafra brothers and sisters to achieve our independence. So I hope with that you're not confused about where I stand. And on that note, from all of us here in the Toronto studios of Worship Media, and on behalf of Dr. Erica, I want to tell you as always that I love you, and please continue to support us. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.